This is the most intense wave in the world, is right here. More people have died surfing pipe than any wave on Earth, and that kind of says it all. When you're out there, it's a very tight and compact peak, and it's not like other waves that spread out. You're sitting shoulder to shoulder with your other competitors or people you're surfing with, and when the wave stands up, you can hear the crowd whistling, cheering, clapping. It really, being on the beach, you hear the waves and feel them breaking, and we're literally just a couple hundred yards from the peak of Pipeline.
Pipeline is like my favorite place in the world. I was born and raised right here. My family has been here for years, and their love for it has made me truly fall in love with it too. And I just find my most happiest place out at Pipeline.
Really what it takes going over the edge. It really helps when if you're in a shootout heat, you got all your friends there and they're cheering you on, telling you to go. But really it's just all mental. You got to go paddle, look down. It's just a straight steep drop. Go over the ledge and just ride the wave, try your best. If you choose the right wave, then you can get the best wave of your life.
Catching a wave at Pipeline during the regular season when it's crowded versus when it's just you and four guys out is the biggest difference. And I feel like the pressure's more on versus when the crowd is there. You got to obviously jock for position with the crowd, but there's not too much time to think. Versus in the contest, you're paddling, no one's paddling for that wave for you. It's just you. You're kind of okay, I got this thing, I'm going.
Watching your best friend ride the wave of their life, it's almost more rewarding than yourself. I've ridden a lot of good waves in my life, and now to see my friends ride, that's what this event's about. It's about everyone going out there, everyone charging, everyone riding the best waves, but also everyone coming home. There's no wanting people to fall. You want to see people ride waves to the best they can. You want to see people claim waves and let their excitement overtake, and that's what this event's about.
Being in this contest, it takes away 90 people in the lineup. You're just surfing with 4 of your good, close friends, and you're basically hooting each other in. Wave comes, you're kind of nervous, but you want it really bad. It doesn't matter. You're going to put your head down and go, and then you start paddling, and then it almost feels like a vertical water slide drop from the top to the bottom when you get a late one. But man, if you could pull it off, it feels so incredible. And coming up off the bottom, you pull up and you go, oh yeah, the barrel throws over and you're just in this big cave and you're trying to navigate to be not too deep, because if you're too deep, you're going to take a heavy wipeout. And the goal is to execute the wave as well as you can and get spit out into the channel. And I don't know, there's something about it. It just fires me up as a surfer, and I just want to go back out there and do it again.
We always have to honor the fact with our surfboards, our surf trunks, and our leash, and we're surfing. It's the photographers, the cinematographers, the water photographers. Hey man, my hat's off to you guys. Amazing job. We work hand in hand together and they never get thanked enough.
You got a bunch of warriors out there, trying to get the best possible video and footage and pictures ever of you. And kind of the dream scenario. You show up at Pipeline, there's photographers everywhere, and you just go out there and do your thing. And sometimes you get some of the greatest photos of your life.
We've all seen it. Pipeline, you get one shot, you're on the cover of Surfer Magazine. You get one clip, you win Wave of the Winter. You ride the right wave out here, it will change your career. It really will. It's like one wave can change everything for you, and that's why the connection between everyone is so strong out here. There's so much power because we all know what this wave is capable of doing, not only for yourself, but for your career.
Every year we see crazy wipeouts, and it's astounding really in a lot of ways that more people don't get injured when you watch the commitment that's a part of what goes on out there. So, the Water Patrol's been an amazing part of the event that's always ensured the safety, and while people have been injured, we've had those crazy wipeouts and crazy injuries, never lost anyone. Water Patrol's always been there to save the day, and the other surfers, and everyone comes together in those moments of rescue that need to take place.
None of these events would be possible here on the North Shore without Hawaiian Water Patrol, and that's the bottom line. Last year I was knocked out unconscious, and Nolan, Kealana, these guys pulled me up on the beach like a dead body. I was covered in blood. I was on a stretcher. My kids are looking at me, that's Pipeline. It's Beauty and the Beast. You can either be in the beast or you can be in the beauty, and I've been on both sides of it, and it's no joke. It's as real as it gets.
This event isn't like any other event. We're in memory of Duke Kahanamoku, but we also honor all kinds of different disciplines, not just the pro shortboard team and individual. We also have the Duke Kahanamoku specialty event where we honor the best longboarders that put in their time here at Pipeline, also the stand-up paddlers, and then this year, amazing 8-man with some wahine body surfing final.
It all comes together with Duke and what he did for us as Native Hawaiians. So we are happy to incorporate that into the Hui BackDoor Shootout. And we have some of the best watermen and women in the world here in Hawaii. So what better way to showcase them?
Well, He'inalu can be on your body surfing. He'inalu can be on a longer board, a shorter board, a stand-up board. It's just a form of expression on the ocean. You come here, you take part in something that our ancestors created. And I think that's what's so special about our event, is that we aim to perpetuate something that our ancestors created.
We're a grassroots kind of organization, right? A lot of the contests that go here on the North Shore are backed by big corporations or big companies. So we always need the support of the community because we try and give back a lot to the community.
There's actually 3 events at Pipeline, and we have the Pipeline Pro, which is a WSL event. We have the Vans Pipeline Masters, and then we have the Hui BackDoor Shootout. And for me, this event represents the best surfing of those 3 events because people come to this event with a warrior spirit, mate. They know that the Hui, which is a traditional group of ocean-loving people who are the locals and the OGs of our sport and our culture, when they put on this event and people come to this event, they know what's expected of them.
This is really not a contest. This is a cultural event for all the people of Hawaii to come out here and surf on this big stage. People who are up and coming in the surfing world, we give them a chance to go ahead and perform.
It gives all the guys that don't really get to compete in like a WSL event or championship tour event to showcase our talent, and we look forward to it every year.
Being a part of this event gives you the opportunity not only to surf the world's greatest wave and to win one of the world's greatest events and be respected universally for your efforts out here, you've also got that opportunity to change your life.
Aloha. We are now going to open the backdoor shootout with pule. I ask all of you to lend your pule and your voice. To all of our he'enalu, mahalo for being our moho, our champion, to celebrate the ancient Hawaiian sport of surfing of he'enalu. To the hui ohana, mahalo ya oko for always holding the line, for making it strong and making it kanaka and making it Hawaii. To the Royal Order, mahalo for representing our ali'i, Kamehameha, and all of his genealogy and all of our ali'i who have walked these lands and who have led us and who continue to lead us from the spiritual realm. Mahalo ya oko for being the physical representation of our ali'i ohana.
Ino na moe moe ya na puno huna huna hau mea he mu oia. Kaniko aha umaka i ore. Manu o kai. Yaba a pelele u alele mamala. Anu o uka a manu o kai. A kaui ka malama a pai kula. Yaba anui, yaba a kioloa, yaba a beleu, ale manu o uka, manu o kai. Iwi pole na a kau ka hopu, a kau I ka malama a pai kula, a mama uanoa.
You know, our opening ceremony is very important because that is the way you set the foundation, you set the pathway of how your event is going to take place.
To ask before you take, to honor those that came before us, to put out into the universe the chants, the oli, and thanking those that set the tone for us and perpetuating our culture.
This year was the best opening ceremony I've ever saw in my life. It brought me so much joy and happiness. I was just, wow. And it was such a magical day. I'm getting chicken skin right now. It was just the hula dancing, the chanting. We had the royal order. We had all the kings from each part of this island.
Their heritage runs all the way back through history and time to the ancient kings and queens of Hawaii. That's a powerful part of it, the part that they bring, the hula, the music, the dance, the whole thing is, it gives you chicken skin. You stand there and you know you're watching something that's super special. And every year, it's the part of the event really that sets the scene for what's about to take place out here at the world's most famous wave.
This is not a surf contest. This is a cultural event.
This is the most intense wave in the world, is right here. More people have died surfing pipe than any wave on Earth, and that kind of says it all. When you're out there, it's a very tight and compact peak, and it's not like other waves that spread out. You're sitting shoulder to shoulder with your other competitors or people you're surfing with, and when the wave stands up, you can hear the crowd whistling, cheering, clapping. It really, being on the beach, you hear the waves and feel them breaking, and we're literally just a couple hundred yards from the peak of Pipeline.
Pipeline is like my favorite place in the world. I was born and raised right here. My family has been here for years, and their love for it has made me truly fall in love with it too. And I just find my most happiest place out at Pipeline.
Really what it takes going over the edge. It really helps when if you're in a shootout heat, you got all your friends there and they're cheering you on, telling you to go. But really it's just all mental. You got to go paddle, look down. It's just a straight steep drop. Go over the ledge and just ride the wave, try your best. If you choose the right wave, then you can get the best wave of your life.
Catching a wave at Pipeline during the regular season when it's crowded versus when it's just you and four guys out is the biggest difference. And I feel like the pressure's more on versus when the crowd is there. You got to obviously jock for position with the crowd, but there's not too much time to think. Versus in the contest, you're paddling, no one's paddling for that wave for you. It's just you. You're kind of okay, I got this thing, I'm going.
Watching your best friend ride the wave of their life, it's almost more rewarding than yourself. I've ridden a lot of good waves in my life, and now to see my friends ride, that's what this event's about. It's about everyone going out there, everyone charging, everyone riding the best waves, but also everyone coming home. There's no wanting people to fall. You want to see people ride waves to the best they can. You want to see people claim waves and let their excitement overtake, and that's what this event's about.
Being in this contest, it takes away 90 people in the lineup. You're just surfing with four of your good, close friends, and you're basically hooting each other in. Wave comes, you're kind of nervous, but you want it really bad. It doesn't matter. You're going to put your head down and go, and you start paddling, and then it almost feels like a vertical water slide drop from the top to the bottom when you get a late one. But man, if you could pull it off, it feels so incredible. And coming up off the bottom, you pull up and you go, oh yeah, the barrel throws over and you're just in this big cave and you're trying to navigate to be not too deep, because if you're too deep, you're gonna take a heavy wipeout. And the goal is to execute the wave as well as you can and get spit out into the channel. And I don't know, there's something about it. It just fires me up as a surfer, and I just want to go back out there and do it again.
shakas and choklino akas. Bro, we smiling because it's day number 3 of the Hui BackDoor Shootout presented by Keiki Bungalows, all in memory of Duke Kahanamoku. I'm Rocky Cannon. We got Ezra Rodriguez over here. Up first will be Team Japan, but before we get started, we're just watching some of the morning poo-poos of the warm-up sessions.
Woo! Beautiful, Rock. As we started this thing off last week, Saturday, we had 4-day pause. We went Saturday into Sunday with the Duke specialty event, right on into the main event. On Saturday at 11:30, check in, let's go. So our surfers, Brother Lime, Yamamoto from Team Japan, they'll be coming up right now, but right here, right in the first off, they're surfing the third round, third day of competition, so very exciting. Pipeline has showed up. There's backdoor full-on pipeline waves, not as close intervaled, so the surfers, they're really liking what they're seeing, Rock.
Hey, and before we get started with day number 3, we still got a time before we start heat 1 of day 3. We're going to take you back to the opening ceremony. Yeah. Always a historical and cultural reference before we get this Hawaiian event started. Check it out.
Pule. I ask all of you to lend your pule and your voice. To all of our he'enalu, mahalo for being our moho, our champions, and to celebrate the ancient Hawaiian sport of surfing of he'enalu. To the Hui Ohana, mahalaluia oko for always holding the line, for making it strong and making it kanaka and making it Hawaii. To the Royal Order, mahalo for representing our ali'i, Kamehameha, and all of his genealogy and all of our ali'i who have walked these lands and who have led us and who continue to lead us from the spiritual realm. Mahalo ya oko for being the physical representation of our ali'i ohana.
Ino na moe moe ya na puno huno na hau mea he mu oia. Kaniko ahau maka I ole. Manu o kai. Yaba apelele u alele mamala. Anu o uka amanu o kai. Akau I ka malama apai kula. Yaba anui, yaba akioloa, yaba abele uale manuo uka manuo kai. Ivi pole na akau ka hoku, akau I ka malama apai kula. Amama uanoa.
Sun just peeking over those 2 mountains right there, and all one same range but a little valley looking over Sunset Beach Elementary School. Hey, school's back in session, bro. Christmas break is pow, and it's back to work, back to school. It's back to work for us, Ezra. I'm Rocky Cannon. We got Brother Lime spotting for Team Japan right now, and we're just a few minutes from getting underway. Rocky Cannon, Ezra Rodriguez, Lime Yamamoto, Team Japan. We got Shinpei Horiguchi coming up, Ryaru Ito, Riku Matsumoto, Shogo Harada, and Shohei Kato.
Yep. Excellent performance by these guys. You know, we always talk when Team Japan touches their toes in the sand, the waves absolutely light up. Sunday was big and unruly as they surfed from Saturday into Sunday, and now we got perfect pipeline and backdoor. Rocky.
Yeah, we had a few days off. It was pretty big, some westerly, northerly winds, mixing it up, jumbling it up. So we took a few days off from the backdoor shootout.
4 days.
But we do have still some time before we get started. We can show you some highlights from day number 1. We had great performances from our longboarders and our stand-up paddleboarders. Let's check out that package and bring you back for more live action.
Big time. The double. Soto, excellent performance. Dino Miranda.
Yeah, we're
World
jumping in
longboard
right here.
Champ into the back door. Quick, sneaky one. And oh my. Oh, Pili.
Yeah, always a steady performer. And, you know, he's itching for that first longboard backdoor shootout victory.
Yep.
But it was the Young Bucks kind of taking it to the task this year. Mananalu, defending champ, finished runner-up. And then it was Mr. De Soto taking the win. And look at this stand-up paddle action. Just such a difficult task getting in these barrels. I think that's Anthony Maltese.
Good one.
Getting the wave of the final right there. That was epic. Nicely done.
Oh.
And some gnarly carnage.
First heat of Saturday right there.
Yeah, this
Oily,
was
beautiful
going
pipe
back
conditions.
to way back to last Saturday, almost a week ago.
Rodiger, amazing performer every year. He almost got.
See his leash on his front foot. The bugger can go switch stance.
Oh, that's right. He was kind of. I was wondering.
The bugger's bistantial, as we say.
I love it. I noticed that. That isn't fun when you step on it and you go switch stance.
Yeah, back to live action. We are just mere 3 minutes away from the start, and we're looking at the lineup here. So we've shuffled around the order of surfing. Today we are going to run 2 rounds. I mean, the waves are firing. The swell has dropped. The winds have clocked back around to trade winds. So the recipe for amazing rides is all just getting set on the counter right now. You know, before you make a meal, you get all your ingredients. You start putting them out of the spices and herbs out of the shelf. You pull whatever you need out of the fridge. We're kind of setting the table with all of these ingredients that are going to shape up to be a banger of a day number 3.
They're going to have 4 surfs by the end of day number 3.
So here's the order. We got Team Japan first, and these will all be 30 minutes. 8 heats, 30 minutes, divided by 2, that's 16 heats, so we're just going to fit perfectly in the 8-hour window.
Yeah, we are.
And it'll be Team Japan first, the North Shore Surf Shop Ohana second, Volcom in third, the defending champs, and then 96712 in heat number 4. New Earth Project will be heat number 5. Team Peru, heat number 6. North Shore Boys, NSB, will be heat number 7. And then coming up right around that midday portion will be Snapped 5. And then we'll start back at the top of the order.
At the top. That's exciting. You know, you get to, as a surfing fan, you get to watch the world's best at Pipeline over and over again as they get comfortable and they start elevating and hitting some levels in barrel riding. But hey, Lime Yamamoto, Team Japan, who do you think's going to take the first wave of the morning here, bud?
I think
yeah, I mean, you got a lot of helmet in your Japan legacy. You know, these guys were all born with, they're ready to go. Very exciting.
Hey, before we get started, I want to say thank you to our sponsors, of course, Keiki Beach Bungalows, just down the way here from Pipeline. If you're coming out to Hawaii, no matter what time of year, it is a beautiful place to stay with
Look at it over
awesome
there.
service. It'll be off to your right-hand side of your screen right there. Just a little bit around the corner, heading towards that big rock shelf over there. That is where Keiki Beach Bungalow is located. You can hear the pounding surf, so soothing. And in the summer, it is just a beautiful swimming beach. I want to say mahalo to White Claw. Also, North Shore Club, a community by Arete Collective. And if you notice going on over there, they're removing a lot of invasive species and are going to restore with native plants. So thank you, North Shore Club and Arete. And White Claw, XL Haleiwa Distillery, Saltwater Society, Hawaii Volcanic Water, and Namenihune Umikumaono. And you see Team Japan's lineup right there. Shinpei Horiguchi, Ryaru Ito, Riku Matsumoto, Shogo Harada, and Shohei Kato. So we'll see if these guys are going to show us something. Look at these beautiful conditions. Backdoor opening up. We could see the textbook maneuver of a backdoor shootout.
Taking a dig.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh,
what a way to start. I mean,
good morning.
That reminded me of the old school Surfer magazine. Right in the middle would have the cartoon.
Oh, my gosh.
You know,
Rob.
not to say he's a kook or anything, but Wilbur Kukemeyer would have these crazy wipeouts, and that was reminiscent of just like spread eagle, taking the plunge, Hawaiian Water Patrol. Got to say mahalo to our boys on the jet skis and the rescue sleds.
Here we go.
Oh, my gosh.
Early morning, happy Aloha Friday, flogging.
Bruh, who needs a cup of coffee when you can just go over the falls at Pipe and get rudely awakened?
He's good, Rock.
Riku Matsumoto-san.
Beautiful. Kicking out with enthusiasm. These guys are on. You guys just came to shoot out of everything. I like.
Bruh, give that Riku Matsumoto a rainbow shave ice.
Big time. But you know, his buddy right there, Shoho, that guy, good morning. He is up and he is ready to
look at this one. Some waves are just so perfect this morning. And you know, the cool thing is that we're seeing great waves right now, and if we know Pipe, we know when the sun comes up, trades start to hit it, it's only going to get better.
Oh, yeah, Rock, look at this. As these guys are going to position.
Oh, that was beautiful by Riku, just posing in the morning. I love that style, the enthusiasm. How old is Riku? 19, so still a teenager. He can't even buy Asahi yet, but or buy White Claw yet, but the bugger can get barreled at Pipeline early in the morning. Very well done, Riku.
Yeah, Riku, and shout out to the White Claw, Ohana, Ross, Kuehu, and June Yamamura. Super stoked to have you guys. And Hawaii Volcanic Water is going to be keeping us hydrated.
Yes, sir.
Rock, shout out, prayers, and love, and aloha going out to everybody in LA.
Oh, my gosh.
And Hawaii Volcanic
Water
connections is there trying to get as much water as they can up there. And, oh, man, guys, hang in there. There's the beautiful morning backlit hood right there.
Yeah, just the heavenly beams of sunshine coming down onto the pipeline. I'm going to write a poem here pretty soon. Ryaru Ito with a late drop, and then he slides in and comes out.
Oh, good
Team
morning,
Japan
Ryaru.
getting it started. Ohio gozaimashita.
Oh, yes. Hey, this guy, he was leaning on his front foot. Like, he could have almost went into the wave, but he held it perfectly. And what a nice ride.
So steep.
Steep right there.
Oh, steep, deep, and underneath. They needed that little highline exit.
Yeah.
That one was not a perfect, gaping exit point. It had a little fold at the top. So
good adjustment with his body, though.
Nice negotiation there.
Yeah, Lime, what you think? You you favor the back door or pipeline, or you like them both together? Mixed plate, stir them up.
I like sunset, off the old, back door, pipeline, back door, and off the old, but sunset too. It is so like danger and
Keeps your heart rate up, huh?
excited.
Roger that. Oh, Rocky, Lime, look at these beautiful waves. We have so many waves on offer. You know, this is the only contest of its kind. It's an 8-team format. They're also surfing to win as a team, but surf to get the individual prize purse. And last year's winner was Billy Kemper, and he's pulling these waves apart, Rock, this morning.
Yeah, and team win last year goes to Team Volcom, where chilling in the Volcom house alpha right now. So mahalo to Volcom for the hospitality, and we wish you guys all the luck again. But it's going to be a hard-fought battle as everybody will be making moves
big time
today.
They're coming up in the third heat, Team Volcom.
Yeah, we could see. I mean, this could be the kind of day where everybody scores from the previous 2 rounds.
I love it.
Just get scrapped and become throwaways because there are 10s, 11s, and 12s on the board today. Remember, the Hui BackDoor Shootout, we not only kick it up a notch when we wait for the best conditions, but on the scoring scale, we go up to the 12-point scale because some waves are just even better than 10s. And 10 is the more conventional sign of or score of perfection. But here at the Hui BackDoor Shootout, we get stuff that's even more perfect.
More perfect, more better. And, you know, some of these teams, Rock, we've been watching a lot, you know, like Team Peru on Sunday. Some teams on Sunday with the grueling waves and the close intervals and massive swell, they had to change it around. These guys really do want to get some more waves under their belt. There's a couple guys, not with zeros, but they definitely want to get into the excellent range as we got kind of a crooked pipe wave coming here. We're going to see if Team Japan goes. Oh, no.
Off the board, under the whitewater, bailing. There's still remnants of the super huge surf.
I see it, yeah.
That had come through from basically from Sunday to yesterday. So another round of high surf warnings for 5 days straight. I feel like it's been a very active winter in the North Pacific.
I feel that
bringing
way,
us, you know, larger than normal big swells for this kind of going into a La Nina season. But whatever it is, keep it coming because we love the big surf and we love having a lot of opportunity.
We love the wrap, too.
To ride these waves.
I know all of you guys.
And the west side, east side wrap, all kind of action.
Every little nook and cranny we grew. The novelty waves out on the Kailua side. Wow.
You know, accessibility on Oahu is part of the reason I think it's such a very desired surf destination. I mean, there are great waves all around our state. The Big Island has some amazing surf. Shout out to Cousin Che and the gang over there. They was getting some good Kauai high. And then, you know, Maui obviously producing plenty good surfers. Choke waves over there. We were shooting Peahi the other day for Rogue TV as we see a little look at the beach getting cut away.
Team Japan,
all
that's
these
Ohana.
Big waves. It's kind of setting a little arena-type seating right there for the beachgoers that are going to show up today with the declining swell. We should be, you know, having a little more seating area down there.
Yeah.
But there's still some big sneakers that are coming through.
Yep, and here we go. They're going to get in position as these guys all kind of line up around the same place.
Yeah, and then, you know, Molokai's got some waves. Lanai has a couple little spots, but, you know, and then Kauai has tons of good surf. Accessibility kind of tricky, though, getting around different parts. So Oahu, when we get big swells like this, it just wraps everywhere. And
there's moments.
Just such a
special
great
moments.
way to spread everybody out, too. When you got 1 million people, it's nice to get everybody spread out.
Mr. Lime, you familiar with any other islands in surfing? Or just here, Oahu, the gathering place? You got it.
What's your hometown in Japan? Shizuoka. I've never been there before. Okay.
Yeah.
I've been to Chiba. I've been to Izu. Okay, cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Shimoda. Yeah.
Shout out to Japan out there. Shout out to everybody tuning in Japan. Sumitomo Legacy. Aloha, guys.
And then on one trip I went there. I went to Nijima. Yeah, it was so cool. Okay, so we're just getting word. Lime, his microphone is a little bit testy at the moment, but we are getting him for our spotting. So that is going to be crucial, having Brother Lime here help us to spot.
Yeah, mahalo, Lime.
Just naming some spots over in Japan where we've been before, and Lime's given us some info. But you guys couldn't hear his mic, but we are going to hear his spotting. Okay, who we got here?
Riku.
Okay, Hanaho for Riku
Brother
Matsumoto. Come on.
Beautiful double pump into a sheer cone. Got a little tight for him, but man, he was on his way. Good line.
Yeah, that one extended so far down the line that, his only hope was try to get as many pumps as possible.
Or break out.
And good drop, did everything right, did everything that he could do to get in that barrel. But as we panned and followed it and tracked him along the way, just far too fast down the line for Rico.
Inside, beautiful.
I know. Gosh, you get, it's almost like you're trying to accelerate your vehicle, but it's like missing a piston's not firing, and you're like on the LA freeway, and all the traffic's just flying by you, and that's kind of like what it's like when you get in a barrel like that. You're like, man, I'm going as fast as I can.
Yeah.
And this semi-truck just blew right by me and spun me out. Yeah. So Riku getting overtaken by that pipe barrel. Great effort, however, and he'll make his way back out.
As you guys can see, once these lip lines fall, it just starts imploding. And the surfer, what they're trying to do is stay in front of that foam ball, because with a lot of that backwash we see in rock throughout the week, that thing can also come up, and it just changes the whole dynamic. It makes the pipe wave clam.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the beach being cut away is helping to minimize that backwash we saw early in day number 1 and day number 2.
It's not rolling back
all that
anymore.
Big swell is kind of clearing out some of that sand that was on the inside, kind of bubbling over that little sandbar close to shore, and then also the beach itself has been pushed back a little bit, so helping with alleviate some of that backwash. But Ezra, you're so correct about when a lip curls over and breaks, from the outside and from the beach view, we see the big explosion of water shoot out towards shore.
Yep.
There's just as much shooting back in to the surfer. So you're right about, the one you see on the outside, explosion, and Ezra pointed out the one inside, the implosion. There's so much water that's coming back inside the barrel. It is really hard to negotiate.
The barrel is alive, my friends. Barrel riding is the most sensitive thing in surfing.
Yeah, it is what all surfers, beginner to advanced expert, look to achieve, is to be inside a wave and then be one with that wave when you're inside. There's nothing that can duplicate or explain that.
Takes years.
And
even if you think you got barreled and then you go and check your GoPro, brada.
Check the tape, bro.
Oh, yeah, it takes years to get a proper barrel, my friends, but it is golden.
You know who's been really doing a cool thing for folks to get that feeling is Raymana Van Bosseler at Kelly's Surf Ranch. We've been watching some of those clips and getting so stoked on.
He is an amazing surf lesson, bro.
Yeah.
You don't want to go and you want to lay down great. He'll just pick you up, readjust you, throw your knee, lift your chin,
put your foot right there,
and send you in the tube.
Well, that's the advantage of consistency of a repetitive wave, which has become the new phenomenon, which I think is cool in a lot of ways because it brings surfing to so many people that would never have a chance. But, there will always be a place for the natural phenomenon that we're watching here. Yeah. That is Mother Nature on display at her most amazing potential. And while we hang out for a second for live action, we're going to watch some replay and highlight action from Team Japan that we'll talk you through.
Day 1, day 2.
And check it out. That was an unruly day, and Ryaru Ito just able to somehow get in there. That's Shohei?
Yeah, Shohei. He had a good one. I remember that one. Kenji
this
off the
backdoor, just valiant attempt. Who is that?
Bob.
That's Kenshin. Okay. We're not seeing him today, but Kenshin Matsunaga.
Shinpei. That thing went viral.
The boom heard around the world.
Yeah, boom. I can't believe his leash plug is still in that board.
I can't believe his neck is still on his shoulders.
He's been smiling. He's been smiling since Sunday after that. He's still out there.
Oh,
beautiful.
What a great ride. Oh, my gosh.
And he went over the Warble Rock, which is awesome.
He was really getting loose and then calibrated everything.
Good line.
And it's almost like you hydroplane for a little bit when you're driving on the H1 in the rainy weather we had, and then you recover, you get a little squirrely, but then the wheels set again.
Re-engage.
That's a really nice feeling.
And Lime, I think that is team captain Shinpei Horiguchi, the furthest out, right? He's the furthest out always. Yeah.
We're confirming that. We still don't have audio for Lime.
I feel that.
But it is it's really helpful to have him here pointing out each surfer because, as we said, another original, unique thing about the Hui BackDoor Shootout, we don't wear the colored jerseys.
Nope.
We allow the surfers to showcase the sponsor they want to have on their wetsuit or in their rash guard, or if they want to go skin, that's all good.
Yeah.
But the Hui BackDoor Shootout adamant in this team surfing, especially to allow these surfers to get shots, pictures for their sponsors.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And, we talked about it in the previous days that a lot of these surfers, they'll have maybe a salary contract, which is guaranteed, or maybe also have in their photo incentives. And so if you get your picture in a magazine or somewhere where there's a lot of views, you do get compensated for that. So a lot goes into kind of putting your eggs in the basket and trying to make a living as a pro surfer in a couple different ways. Shogo Harada. Oh, and Shogo couldn't quite get the rail set, looking a little shaky on the takeoff, and pays the price. I don't know how many yen that cost, but that looked expensive.
Yeah, that wave wasn't going to factor in, but beautiful vision, beautiful line he drew through that thing. As his teammates are going to go back out.
Yeah, maybe, I think he did better on the exchange coming here, so his price wasn't that high, but oh my gosh.
Real late.
Just so lucky not to get hammered by the lip. He
Big
barely
time.
got under it.
He's like, I'm not going to do Shinpei. I'm going to pull up.
Oh my gosh, it was like you
pulled
got
up
a
his
huge
plane wing.
snowstorm on your roof, and then you just like tap the eave, and it all comes down. You just barely duck under it.
Yeah, this is our Hawaii winter that you guys are watching, the Bonsai Pipeline here in
the
Oahu.
weather looks just
It's so cherry rock all the way down to
right
Turtle
now.
Bay. All the way down to Turtle Bay.
So we had a little, and we're also, hearing reports on Maui that there's some school closures and things. That front that kind of went through Kauai the previous days dropped some rain on them. Kind of missed us a little bit. We got a little here and there. I was kind of prepping around and making sure my chickens were dry, making sure, the kitty cat's taken care of and the dogs. But we got a small kind cannon farm going on over there by VLAN at our house. But
and I'm hearing about the egg thing.
Yeah,
and there's
yeah.
a lot going on in the world right now.
So our egg carton is full right now thanks to our little silkies that are producing. But, we were preparing, and then it looks like it swung around and missed us a little and then smacked into Maui. They had a couple school closures, some power outages.
Oh, wow.
So
you got family. You got your family up there.
Some rain and wind over there on Maui. So we're thinking about you guys as well and just getting through the little low-pressure front that swept in, and we're enjoying just lovely conditions. The glassy, no really wind yet as we take a look around at the foliage, especially the coconut trees. Those are the Hawaiian North Shore weather indicators, and pretty still in the area. So we're going to enjoy that while we can, and if it does ruffle up a little bit, it'll be trade winds that'll be blowing, so that should be conducive for still very excellent pipe conditions.
What time does that want to show up?
Yeah, maybe as the sun kind of starts
it up,
warming things up, moving air around, that'll be in the next hour or so, I'm thinking. But look at this right now. Action live in the water, 8 a.m. start. We're just right now at 8:20, so 10 minutes remaining. You see the clock ticking away on the top left of your screen.
10:14 left.
And
these guys, their third surf, they've done pretty good already. So, right now, these guys are going to be able to surf 2 30-minute heats today. That is the plan. So.
Yeah, we'll be through 4 rounds.
Yeah. There's the winner of the Eddie Aikau Invitational, Landon McNamara, North Shore Surf Shop.
Four-fin setup.
Quad. These guys really are looking for some bigger scores. They've had some unruly heats. They had a slow heat Saturday and a massive heat on Sunday that they had to thread the needle. So there wasn't giant scores, but there was some serious man up and handle your stuff kind of day.
For sure.
So Landon is looking to get on the scorecard along with his brother Mackay. So
yeah, we've kind of seen all kinds of conditions.
That's what I love about this contest. It's a gladiator contest. No rules, no flag. Let's just get it and do the best surfing we can possibly do.
Yeah, no timeouts.
Yeah.
No stopping the clock.
No stoppage. The clock should have stopped for Jamie O'Brien on Sunday. That guy put in some immortal man to get out of that big white. Those white waters rock. And I'm 8 to 10, easy. 15 footers on the head.
I want to say mahalo to Hawaiian Water Patrol, as always, doing really stellar water safety for the Hui BackDoor Shootout. And, any one of these waves could be the one where it turns into a, code red, condition 5, as we say in lifeguarding, which means, no pulse, no breathing. We could see just, cuts and lacerations, obviously. So being on top of every situation is why we have Hawaiian Water Patrol out there and our medical staff on site as well. Dr. leading down the crew. And
guys are always here, even
checking
when they're
these
off
conditions.
duty.
Oh, wow. Look at this wave.
Wow.
Come on, somebody.
Shinpei, he really going shopping with 750. Riadu up and riding again, Rock. Here we go. Double grab.
Oh, beautiful. So much spit. I love when I love when the spit can make you disappear even from the side angle, looking into it. And how about this zone media coverage of this event with the drone land shot that we're seeing now, and then the water footage on board with Hawaiian Water Patrol looking in has just been really flawless.
Wow, beautiful read.
There's the land cam angle.
Spit helped him out, too, cosmetically with the score, and he got a nice little turn and went for a straight air.
Yeah, looking for the burial. I call it going in the barrel, and then coming out and boosting the aerial. Two of surfing's most amazing feelings, being in a barrel, as we talked about earlier, just one with the wave inside. And then the next coolest feeling to that is being above the wave, looking down, flying over it. So you talk about combining surfing's two most dynamic maneuvers right here at Pipe. That is what I've coined the burial.
Oh, big time. And these are the kind of conditions you're going to get to see some heavy pipeline beasts come out of the tube and do huge gouges, big snaps, big floaters, maybe a rock and roll floater from Mason guys later. Big backside steez air. I love it. And I love when they land it. They don't need it when they come out of a pipe 10. But something about why are you leaving that little extra on the side, Rocky?
Precisely,
bro. You never left the extra on the side. You cut it.
You're kind, bro. You maximize everything. It's like when you're grinding a local moco, bro. Grinding a local moco. You don't even leave that couple elbow macaronis, bro. You grind them all.
Your Uncle Shin, he needed 4 more strokes to get that 5 more yards. But, this guy, he don't want a late takeoff again. Let me tell you. He's been smiling, though, since that wipeout. This guy, I love watching him surf every year. Last year, he made history. He took Ocean Paddler TV GoPro, and we were in the barrel with him right from the live booth. Remember that, Rock?
Yeah, that was just
that was cool.
Something that was quite groundbreaking. Looking at BackDoor, looking for the textbook title event wave, the BackDoor Shootout.
You never need that one, but good read.
I like also that, there's all these events at Pipe. The Pipe this, the Pipe that, Pipeline this, Pipe. I love the Hui going, you know what, I'm going to flip the script a little bit.
Big time.
Go BackDoor.
BackDoor.
The BackDoor Shootout.
But they've been shooting out at Pipe throughout the event, too, but I got you.
Yeah.
One of a kind, prestige event, just designed These guys have been sidelined through life always, and we honor Duke. Duke Kahanamoku, somebody that's always, never said much, just gets put on the side of things. And, these guys are in this event because they put in their time here, just like our brothers from Peru and right here, Team Japan.
It's all about action. It's all about
camaraderie.
Your performance. You can talk all you want about the wave you got at Backdoor, the wave you got at Pipeline, but like Duke, it was more about the action, more about the display of talent and skill rather than talking about it. So these guys all have produced so much action over the years that they earned this invitation.
They've been doing, and Duke got to be proud as see all these guys in the lineup and just surfing.
Got 4 minutes now.
Plenty time with waves approaching. Shinpei sees it.
Yeah, we've seen some keepers.
Yep.
For Team Japan, there's Shinpei, just kind of in another realm out there.
Yeah, he's got yards to paddle on his teammates.
Here's Shogo Harada.
Backdoor rock.
Oh, come on, Shogo. Oh, this wave not shaping up for Shogo, but looked good on the takeoff.
Beautiful.
Kind of had to take a chance and explore that one. Got in it so nice and easy that it was
an
worth a shot.
Ride.
Yeah.
You never know, though, what you're going to get. Oh, here we go. He's going to the back door. Oh, he was almost just last minute. This is just a rippable one. He's going to kick out of this one.
Yeah, the last two waves at backdoor not shaping up. We've seen some gems if you can be in the right spot, but a little crumbly on that one. And you see some of the trade wind starting to just come off the top of the waves a little bit.
Yeah. You could tell that Horiguchi, he didn't like what he's seen right off the takeoff because he headbutt and looked to the left. He wanted to see what Pipe did, and then he's like, no good this way.
Yeah, anytime you're not laser focused on a single direction at Pipe or backdoor, you can tell it's going to be a marginal wave.
Mm-hmm. So up and over this little medium one on the inside. Hey, you guys, happy Friday. If you guys are watching from your laptop, you're going to get through this day.
Yeah,
Shout out to all the hard workers out there.
Mahalo. And if you show up to the beach, make sure your boss is not a surf fan if he called in sick.
Oh, yeah, he's like over. You walk right by him while he's sitting on the beach.
Or he's watching, on the screen because we will be showing the beach crowd every now and again and getting some live shots of the folks watching here with their toes in the sand.
And we ordered more merch, Rocky. These shirts did so good with Soren's logo in the back. Amazing logo placement, everything. They're going to be at Ehukai with hats, shirts, new sizes, so you guys go get them. There should be some stuff online, too. Go check us out, Hui.com.
Re-upped the supply of merchandise for you guys. So
and shout out to OGA, making us look sharp all the time, brother Tim and Keala.
Oahu Golf Apparel, so comfortable and stylish.
Oh, yeah. You want to look sharp, look super smooth.
All right, just about a minute.
Ooh, nice stall. Oh, with the knee. That was beautiful surfing by Shohei. The wave wasn't a dynamite, blow-your-mind kind of wave, but just beautiful. As he shoved his knee through it, we'll see the replay of that. 52 seconds, though, you guys, remaining in this first round of the day.
All right, looking back door.
Shinpei.
And there he goes. He's in it.
He is in it.
Still going. Nicely done.
Woo, drag hand. He's got to love that. He's going to come in on that one. Yes.
He just wants a
pure stoke.
One to come out of. Ryaru. No way. Oh,
makes it.
Wow.
First goofy foot backdoor wave of the event. That is a
that
wow.
was a backdoor shootout.
Hey, let's just tell Lime right now. Lime, Yamamoto. Team Japan showed up on day 3, and you guys are acting up. Shooting out of some beauties.
Shinpei, Ryaru, Riku, Shogo, and Shohei showing up.
Oh, and that was it. You guys heard the horn.
Won. Team Japan. Nicely done. Not always easy to be the first heat straight away in the water. And we're going to take a short break here. We'll be back with more action from the Hui BackDoor Shootout. Just like that. Come right back. We'll see you soon. The 2025 Hui BackDoor Shootout is presented by Keiki Beach Bungalows. Special mahalos to the members of the Hui o He'enalu and these great sponsors: North Shore Club, White Claw, Hawaii Volcanic Water, Haleiwa Distillery, Saltwater Society, Na Menehuni Umi Kumaono, and Excel Haleiwa. This live broadcast is produced by Zone Media, creators of Ocean Paddler TV, Hawaiian Extreme Sports TV, and In the Zone.
Let him back tag it, and then we'll.
Hey, welcome back, Ohana. My name is Ezra Rodriguez. Welcome to day number 3, surf. Third round. My name is Ezra Rodriguez, along with Isaiah Walker. How you doing? Good morning, brother.
Good morning. Aloha.
We got Pipeline and Backdoor and a beautiful scene from Zone Media's drone. Oh, the backlit. And North Shore is about to heat up, Isaiah.
North Shore Surf, Ohana, Ayala Stewart, Makai McNamara, Landon McNamara, the Eddie winner this year.
Woo!
We also have Steve Robertson, Legend Chandler. So, amazing lineup.
Oh, excited.
And, bro, Ezra, when I pulled up this morning, I saw the waves and I was like, oh, man, it's firing.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's on. It's big, but not too big. Like the past few days, you know, some of those third reefers would come and keep our athletes on their toes.
Your hood must have felt good. You
Bro,
could tell.
We won't talk about that.
It's beautiful today. I tell you.
Been having some great waves. Check out this replay This is the first wave of the heat. Looks like Mackay McNamara. Saw this one live. He pulls in here, stalls, gets shot out. It's the opening ride for Mackay McNamara.
Gets the job done. Well-ridden wave.
Oh, live action.
Oh, nice. Didn't get anything out of it, but got us some feet in the wax. Here we go. Up and riding, landing with the huge fade. Goofy foot bottom turn and gets totally covered up and comes out with the spit. That was a well-ridden pipe wave with a fade, Isaiah.
That was beautiful. Landon, of course, the McNamara family, no stranger to Bonsai Pipeline. His uncle Garrett, big wave pioneer at in Portugal. But Landon having a great year.
Great year. You know, part of that legacy, too, his dad. You know, these guys, Liam McNamara, you know, amazing pipe surfer from the 80s right into the 90s.
And he was one of the first guys to really rock the helmet, you know?
Yep. He was raised around some heavy pipeline local guys, too. He put in his time.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
The helmet is more than just for the reef.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Replay. I think that was Robertson.
Yep. Stevie. Not so little anymore.
Landon.
And that was nice by Landon. So, yeah, there's Team North Shore Surf Shop. You can find them in Haleiwa. If you guys are coming out, it is a beautiful day on the North Shore.
It is gorgeous, and the swell is slowly on the decline, which is good. We've already seen in the first heat some actual backdoor waves. So for our viewers who aren't aware, when a surfer is catching the wave and they go to their right, so while we're watching the screen to our left, we call that backdoor. And if they're going left, that's what we refer to as going to pipeline. And interestingly, backdoor was not really an option for some of the early surfers in the 70s and stuff. They, you had Jerry Lopez and others that was just strictly going left. But now we have riders going to the right, backdoor.
Just a quick predatorial investigation by Hiala.
I mean, and there are a lot of, I guess you call pioneers of surfing backdoor. One that definitely stands out in my mind is Dane Kealoha.
Big time.
So Dane Kealoha, Hawaiian surfer, competitive surfer, really good professional surfer, surfed on the tour for many years, and he loved mastering the backdoor. And here we have Eala showing us how it's done. Tries to slow down. That drop was so steep that it gave him a little too much speed, was unable to wipe off that speed to get in the barrel.
Yeah.
But
wasn't
drop.
A throaty one, but nice. Yeah, back in those days, must have been a guy, he was trying to go left. He accidentally went right, got so slotted, shot out, kicked out, made it back out to the boys and said, guys, I would love to re-see that,
Right. I mean, there's, there are guys, many others that stand out, too, of going backdoor. One of Goofy Foot I think of is Marvelous Marvin Foster.
One of my favorites.
And he was really innovative with what we sometimes call the pig dog, drop knee, like grab rail, dragging your body in the wave to slow down. Marvin Foster was excellent at going at backdoor and with that pig dog style. But Dane Kealoha, if you want to check out some really cool old films, watch the Wave Warrior series.
Wave Warriors, yes.
And you'll see.
Iconic.
If you go further back, some other films I recommend is Style Masters, which is hard to find. I think you'd have to go to some library on VHS. Hopefully somebody digitized it somewhere. But you'll see stuff from the 70s. This from 75, 76, which was the era when the Hui He'enalu started 50 years ago. We're celebrating
50-year anniversary. Yes.
But really cool to look at the surf on the North Shore 50 years ago. Style Masters is one of my favorites. And you have surfers from Australia and others that are in that film. But my favorite is at the end, the highlight reel is of Buttons Kaluhi Okalani.
Love it.
Originally from Waikiki, but Buttons, Hawaiian Popolo.
Yeah.
And brother was a master at
Class
style, barrel riding, and innovation.
Innovation. Him and Mark Liddell and their crew were innovating. They started doing some things that were a bit different.
Here we go. Looking at this one, looks like Legend Chandler.
Oh, yes, the Chandler Ohana. No joke. These guys are forged by the Pacific to do their thing. Legend.
Like Mark Liddell, he made a lot of good surfboards over the years. One of my first surfboards that I purchased was from Mark Liddell.
Island Energy, or before
Bobby
that label?
Kahili hooked me up with him and he used to have a company called Locust for a little while, and then it turned into wave riding vehicles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some history.
Here we go. Legend.
That classic backside.
That's what we're talking about with Marvin Foster. Dragging the knee, grabbing the rail. Michael Ho, of course, was one of the best at grabbing
had
rail.
A real good one, too. 3-prong just in there, holding it. Almost like you wanted to have him take his body out of the back door, but he would come out.
And Michael made that grab rail even more famous with the broken arm, the cast.
Oh, the cast. You could just
wearing
see
the cast
that thing.
and grabbing his rail. It's funny, I broke my arm around the same time. I was a little kid, broke my arm, fell off a roof, kind of a long story. But,
oh, smokes.
But I remember being so stoked that I could have a cast, and it was on my left hand, and I was goofy foot, so I could do the same rail
Driving
grab.
your parents
I was
nuts.
almost stoked that I had a cast because I wanted to be like Mike when he grabbed the rail.
So you just went straight up soggy cast. Oh, I hear we got the boss lady, and thank you. Mahina Chillingworth is down there with our surfer.
Might be Mahina Maeda.
Oh, Maeda.
There we go. We got a bunch of Mahinas.
Aloha kakahiaka. I am Mahina with the beach cam. I have Shogo Harada from Team Japan, and he's from Okinawa, Japan, which is super similar to the climate here in Hawaii. Shogo, 1本目の波は 8.88 で Day1 で乗れた波だからどういう気持ちですか？
今年でシュートアウト3年目でずっと決めることができなくて悔しい結果が続いてたんですけど応援してもらっている方たちのおかげで波に乗ることができて本当に感謝の気持ちと嬉しい気持ちでいっぱいです。
19歳でこのシュートアウト出れることってそれカビカさんとかチームキャプテンどういう気持ちですか？
そうですね、やっぱデイビッドさんがこのチームジャパンの枠を作ってくれてで鎌田さんがこうやって今年もシュートアウト出場のチャンスをくださってそのおかげでやっぱり自分はシュートアウトに出場できててでやっぱデイビッドさんがチームキャプテンっていうのは本当にとても心強いことだしもうこのシュートアウトに出れることに本当に感謝の気持ちでいっぱいです。
ハワイで何年ぐらい来てますか？
初めて来たのが15歳なので今年で4年目ですね。はい。
じゃあ正吾の英語ってどんな感じですか今？
My name is Shogo Harada, and I'm from Okinawa, 19 years old. I like sashimi.
Well, there you have it. We have Shogo Harada from Team Japan. He has the top score, 8.88, and we're loving his English. So let's hear some Pidgin and Hawaii go.
Hawaii go. Mahalo nui noa.
Okay, thank you guys, and back to you guys back up at the booth.
Wow. Hey, that
Awesome.
guy was up on the live tower with us. You know, he was watching Team Japan's first surf, and his 8.88 is still standing strong. Yeah.
Okay.
I just heard on the interview, and, you know, I can't speak full Japanese, but I can understand very little. But you can tell he was telling Uncle David Kavika Stant, thank you, Yala. Up into the hood, good read.
Beautiful.
Went high. There was nothing else you could do but get all Iala Stewart over it, and he did it. Smiling. There you go, boy.
And I don't know if you've seen, these are the new Oakley helmets. I've tried them on once.
I would go bike path with my one wheel.
It looked like a bike helmet, but the bugger comfortable.
Looks amazing. Looks aerodynamic.
Stalls it. Pulls up high. Gets over that. That's such a smart read of the wave.
Right?
Very technical because oftentimes at pipe, the barrel, as we saw now, and it'll
Yeah.
kind of go high,
Mhm.
and it'll kind of get clam-shelled and pinch on the end. But Ayala did a great job of starting low and coming out high. So
You seen it. It was on his way to taking his heel rail. I mean, you know, like we were talking about earlier, the implosion of the lip. These guys are trying to go with the rhythm a little bit behind where the lip falls to kind of backdoor it. You get more of a significant, deeper barrel, and you disappear in front of our judging panel. So when these guys go underneath the falling lip, they're adjusting and contorting their body so that they can make it out with the spit or before the spit. Sometimes you get double spit like that young man in the longboard, Mananalu Chandler. And,
beautiful.
Yep, you got the Chandler legacy out the back there. Landon McNamara with a beautiful read in the beginning. Mackay with a nice pipe wave. And, these guys have beautiful 16 minutes still remaining in the heat. If you guys are just tuning in looking for jerseys, this is a jerseyless heritage contest. No contest like this in the world where our surfers get to surf 4 to 7 times as a team but try to win a huge prize purse as an individual. The backdoor shootout. The only contest like it. Brother Isaiah, what we talking about today, my friend?
Lots of things. We can talk about several things. I like that we were talking about surfing in the 70s and and 80s with some of the innovation. I think that's an important point I like to make, is that innovation is part of the development of culture. And sometimes people assume that, especially in cultures like Hawaii, for example, where it has ancient roots and genealogy and mo'olelo and such, that we like to put the culture into a box like a museum, right? So and museums are great, but something important to and this is why surfing, I think, and especially at this event, is so important and so awesome, is it's celebrating the development and the innovations to culture. So while we're talking about surfing in ancient times and they rode different types of boards and so forth, today, even though we're riding fiberglass or EPS or different types of materials that make surfboards, it's still a part of that tradition that we know as He'enalu. So we're talking about guys like, for example, Michael Ho and Buttons Kaluhi Okalani, Larry Bertelman, so many others that were a part of this what we often call the shortboard revolution.
Yeah.
Ben Ipa, Eddie Aikau, and some of the others who were in that era when surfing was becoming, some different terms for it. Today we call it like ripping or just high performance surfing. Back then they'd say hot dogging and a variety of different things. And and so I guess that's one point I want to make. We talk more about like surfing in the 60s, 70s, 80s, even to the present. It shouldn't be compartmentalized as, well, surfing was Hawaiian then, and now it's, because it's innovative, it's no longer tradition. It is still tradition. That's what I love about the Hui He'enalu, like the backdoor shootout and their opening ceremony, where you bring past and present and future.
Right.
You were the one that said past, present, and future. I love that.
But you
bring
have
that
to
together, connect them.
Yeah.
So when you have surfers riding, pipeline today, and even though Ayala Stewart, for example, is wearing a helmet, right? Or the Hawaiian Water Patrol uses a jet ski. It's still a modern take on a traditional art form.
But I hope, with new coming surfers and stuff, they make the connection with the past.
Right.
Take a look at the past. Take a look at who came before us and pave this amazing way, because this is, not just, now you're looking at it as a sport, but to us, it's like a connection with the kai and a full-on lifestyle.
Right. And I believe when you do that, when you come with especially to Hawaii, you come to Hawaii in the North Shore with a perspective of respect.
Right.
So if you respect kind of tradition and our kupuna is another way for those who came before us, you learn to appreciate others and maybe won't be so self-centered or focused on your accolades, but more so see yourself as part of this legacy of a beautiful tradition that we today called surfing or he'enalu. And I think it adds to being a participant in that community of surfing.
But having a good perspective, too, and coming in humble. I got you.
Right. So, 11:50 on the clock. We've had a few waves coming through, and I think we're going to see a lot more backdoor wave action today.
I think so, too. I think we might even see Landon grab a backdoor right now as pipe was favoring a little bit, but there is some pipeline backdoor waves, and here we go. A different degree of swell hitting them right now.
There, a good example of bringing old and new together is in the story of the Eddie Aikau. Landon McNamara talked about how when he won the event that apparently he felt drawn to these honu or turtles, which is interesting because the same exact thing happened to Clyde Aikau in the 1980s when he won the Eddie event at Waimea Bay. Tells the story where he also felt drawn to honu, or these honu is Hawaiian word for turtles, and Clyde Aikau mentioned that he felt like he won the event because he was drawn to follow these turtles that were sitting way out. And I think really intriguing that the same experience Landon had, where he says that he felt drawn to follow these turtles and apparently led him to the winning waves.
That's awesome.
If you watch him though on his highest scoring wave at the Eddie, I mean the guy whips around under the
hood. I know, but that's part of being, vertical. That is the vertical rut in Waimea. There's only a few ways in, and Landon, his performances at Massive Sunset, they don't go unnoticed. Massive pipeline. But we also got them from the previous days as we started Saturday into Sunday, and this is day number 3, Aloha Friday.
Yeah, day number 2 had some wild ones. There's a beautiful dragging.
Oh, big hefty one. Here's another angle of it, trying to get underneath that hood to get some scoring capability.
It looks like Eala Dala pumping on the foam ball.
Ooh, over the rut and into the hood, just disappearing right there. How's this beautiful traverse over some huge chop? Eala into the pipe cone, getting a nice vision. And Eala. So he's got some beautiful scores.
Eala's got some great
out
scores.
of the pack. And now Landon McNamara. And back to live with some amazing waves approaching as we shoot out on day number 3, surf number 3 of the Hui BackDoor Shootout, brought to you by Keiki Beach Bungalows. And let me tell you, over in front of the bungalows is a beautiful misty morning. And they got some shore break too.
We got right there, we call that the second reef.
Yeah.
When it breaks off the first reef.
Exciting.
Not if you're that guy.
Yeah, who was that? Yeah. Drug back. This is a good, as surf fans, how far do you get pushed back? Not every amazing athlete gets under the duck dive.
Yeah, when I first showed up this morning and watched, there were like 50 guys out in the lineup just, surfing before the contest started. And right about the time when they were going to call everyone in, this set came through. And, man, just watching people have to bail their boards under these massive waves. They're breaking right on you. I felt really glad that I was on the beach watching.
Not a way to end your morning surf session on Aloha Friday.
Just watched everyone in, too. It was like, I guess the ski doesn't have to come out and chase them in.
Couple guys texting in, at work. Oh, by the way, not going to make it today. I just got stretched out.
Oh, by the way, you calling in now?
Huh?
Calling in live.
Yeah, you just reminded me. I'm going to have to just text it in. What's up, State Ohana? I know you guys are working hard. To my brothers out there and the ladies of the state.
Right on.
I won't be coming in. I'm going to be talking about my surfing lifestyle, and my apologies because we're about to inflict amazing aloha and excitement and dance on this floor as we've seen our next door neighbor here at the Volcom house, and thank you to Volcom, born in 1992, is Bellaram Stack. He's ready to go, and they'll be coming up later on. So, Not huge scores from Team Japan, but, getting up into the excellence is Ryaru Ito with an 8.38.
That wave was...
That
was a backdoor wave. That was incredible.
Sick. It was.
And the wow factor that we always want is when you don't think they're going to come out. And there's a moment where there's complete uncertainty because that wave, that backdoor wave we're talking about, that last heat with Ryaru, he was gone. And the wave was barreling, and he was nowhere to be found. Everybody's just praying, like, come on, come out, trying to will it to happen.
Yeah.
And sure enough, poof, he came out with the spit. So that was our best ride of the day so far.
Yeah.
8.38.
And like that 8.88 from Saturday, too. So Team Japan, they're on their way. And Team North Shore Surf Shop, a great third surf already for them.
And thank you for joining us on this beautiful morning. Hopefully you're watching us. I don't know. It's still Friday. Aloha Friday, we often call it here in Hawaii. And hopefully your boss doesn't see you watching the surf while you're at work, but we won't tell anyone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the salt is making everybody happy. All the broken salt. It's been awful big up here.
Oh, pulls into this one.
Not really going to go
unfortunately
anywhere
too
on
deep on that one.
Stevie.
He was going left from the right.
A lot of these guys are getting back from Pe'ahi, too.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys have just been, it's been a kind of a busy winter right through the January, so.
Yeah, it's been pumping. All of December, January. We've seen Pe'ahi going off several different times. Yeah, you're right. I saw Stevie have some insane ones.
Going off around Big Island. These guys must be frothing our surfers from the Big Island. There's all kinds of rap everywhere. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, it's great when we have lots of waves. And I don't want to give too much away, but while we were on break for the event here, I was scoring some waves in some of my less popular spots.
Yes.
And it was
Don't go
really
over there.
fun. Really
it's
fun.
no good. Yeah, and then, you guys got to go check out the Turtle Bay North Shore Club Community Arete Collective for all the great things they are doing at Turtle Bay, like preserving open space, restoring native plants across the property, protecting the shoreline by extending the restoration efforts of Kahuku Point. And, yeah, really stoked to have you guys on board along with Keiki Beach Bungalows. Mahalo.
Oh, look at this one coming through.
Oh, exciting. Let's go.
Hopefully our surfers are in the right spot for these waves.
The drone is just set up right there.
Makai McNamara drops down, stalls, pulls in the barrel. It's going to come out. Yes, sir.
That was legit there, Isaiah. That was a pipe cone with the airdrop floater.
Behind him, looks like Monalalu Chandler.
Yeah, legend.
Oh, excuse me.
Pin dropping, but man.
No wonder
these
I was
two brothers, it's hard.
the wrong name.
Yeah,
That's why I was stuttering.
These two guys, they look like twins, but Mananalu is the younger brother. I know some of you guys ask. And
he was in the longboard division.
Yeah,
He got
but the
place.
kid is so talented. He might not be in the longboard division. He might need to make decisions. And for some of you guys that are looking, like we got New Earth Project. You get guys like Kai Lenny. Here we go. Makai. That was legit. That's going on his score line. But guys like Kai Lenny, injured. Legend. Threading one. Nice.
I'm glad you clarified. So Legend is the older brother.
Yeah, but these guys, as they're so dynamic in different kinds of disciplines in our surfing, like Kai Lenny likes to do the stand-up. All these guys in this event need to pick one. You're either in the main event or you guys are in the stand-up or the pro longboard. So the younger brother in the pro longboard, but he is an amazing shortboard, above-the-lip surfer, and barrel rider and part of the Bonsai Pipeline, the new Pipeline posse.
Stevie opts to go left. Pipeline pulls in and come out high. Oh, and it clamps on him.
I know that guy's probably catching some giant Pe'ahi.
Oh, for sure.
Roberson Legacy.
Saw his footage online, and amazing.
Stranger.
Ones. They had some bombs. But the day of the Eddie, too, it was insane. Here we go. A replay of that.
Stevie threading it.
Love the camera angle from the water.
Love it.
You know, on day number 2, the shootout, the camera was in the water, but man, that must have been challenging. In fact, I was talking to the camera crew after. I was like, bro, you
crazy.
You feel seasick right now or what? Because it was rugged.
They were in safety green and safety blue. Like, I like that. Like, one of the only contests that put them there, all their photographers. So it gives our Hawaiian Water Patrol, I know they don't ask for it, but like, it's easier for their peripheral waterman eye to pick up. And shout out to our photographer legacy, because we couldn't do this without you. You've seen guys like Mike Ito, John Hook, Krista Funk, Brian and Brent Bielman, some of my favorites, and Eric Eppel. Every year catching some amazing content, some videography that is just next level.
All right, well, that's the end of our heat for the North Shore Surf
Quick one
team, and we're going to go to break, and we'll come back with our next team up in the water.
Stay tuned, guys. Aloha.
Team Volcom.
Allow us to help you grow your events by reaching Hawaii's giant outdoor sports and ocean enthusiast demographic. Zone Media specializes in social media content production and distribution, drone and video production, cutting-edge live productions, and more. With over 25 years leading Hawaii's action sports market, give us a call at 808-343-3310.
Oh, gang, welcome back. Right in the action. Somebody pulling in at Pipeline. Looked like it could be Mike Burdine of Team Volcom. That is who is in the water right now. Welcome back to the Backdoor Shootout, the Hui BackDoor Shootout 2025. I'm Rocky Cannon with Dr. Isaiah Walker, and we're watching our surfer paddle back out. Just decided to bail at the last moment. Balaram Stack, Moana Jones-Wong, Makana Pang, Jake Maki, Mike Burdine. That is the lineup chosen for this third round of Team Volcom, our defending champs, Isaiah.
So cool, and it's a young crew, and we have Moana Jones-Wong, often called the Queen of Pipeline. So really cool. She got to surf in the women's expression session, but she also made the cut for the winning team of Team Volcom to be back in the water with them. So beautiful action. We're going to take a look at some of the stuff that we missed during the break because it went off with a bang.
Yeah, there's Mr. Ballstack with the signature front grip on the board, carves right into a barrel, and then survives the avalanche of a chandelier. That was not the small kind, hanging above the foyer. That was the big one. And look at Makana Pang negotiating very nicely. Almost looking for a 2-for-1 special.
No, I love that ball around stacks wave. You can see the comfortability. If you're doing a turn right off the get-go and then setting up for the barrel, that's just this shows the level of familiarity that he has with this break, and he's put in so much time out here. Really cool from back east, from New York.
Yeah.
Has made a name for himself on Oahu's North Shore. If you're in the backdoor shootout,
yeah,
and you're not from Hawaii, that means you've earned your spot.
That is no doubt pure earning. As we said earlier, all action, limited talking. It is about showing what you got. And I do like we're at the Volcom House now, so Team Volcom, all the best to you guys, and congrats on being defending champs, and best of luck. Mahalo for the hospitality. I like the sink downstairs right above. There's like a picture of a fist with all this, graphics coming off of it. It says, do your dishes or get stitches.
I know they're pretty sticklers, too, about not bringing sand into the house.
Yep, sweep up. Yeah.
You live on a beach and you get sand, it's a never-ending battle.
Right.
So
leave your slippers at the door.
Love it. Yeah, Volcom House. Kind of cool because previously the house was originally built for Jerry Lopez.
Correct.
And the Zen pipeline master who is a legend at this spot, of course. Still surfing, still active. From not just riding waves, but riding mountains on snowboards, and spent also different wind crafts, and spends time in Oregon and so forth. But Jerry Lopez is a definite legend, and Volcom House named after him. Let's take a look at what the Volcom team was doing in our day 1, day 2 action.
Yeah, up to this point, we're in round 3. You can see the youthful enthusiasm as Makana Pang takes off and gets just nearly a double-digit score. Maikai Burdine, beautiful angle looking from that reverse side into the wave and completely disappears. Then the big Burley Day found some open face to work with. They also paid their dues as well.
Man, yeah. And then you see this one, ball around stack on a bomb, bottom turns under the lip, tries to slow down. And, day 1 and day 2, as you can see right here on your screen, was massive. Pulls it under the lip from that backdoor angle. Looks covered up, but probably wasn't as deep as he wanted. Another angle here looks like Makana Pang.
Jake Maki, I think, but we had a mix of guys representing.
This one. I went and talked to Makana Pang right after that. That was ending the day of day 2, where he just packed that closeout with the UFC flex.
Yeah.
I told him after, I was like, how was that one? He's like, yeah, I just had to send it.
Yeah. That is what we like to see at the Hui BackDoor Shootout. Team Volcom kind of tightly packed with 4 surfers, and then one of them is either making their way back out or just off screen. But each team is allowed to have 5 team members in the water, and there are, some surfers on the beach that are standing by to get in there. But Mahina is on the beach with the McNamara brothers. We'll hear what they have to say. Take it away, Mahina.
Good morning. Aloha, guys. We're here at the Hui BackDoor Shootout. I have Team North Shore Surf Shop. I guess we kept calling it the Worcestershire because it was tongue twister. But I have Landon McNamara and Makai McNamara. They're the 2 brothers that live here. And how was your guys' heat? I feel like you guys had a great comeback compared to the first 2 days. Just talk us through what you had in this heat.
Yeah, just super stoked that we get to surf multiple times, because the first 2 heats I got, I really didn't get anything, and me and Makai both got our way into some pretty nice waves. I don't know what the scores were, but it felt really good, and I'm just stoked to surf with my brother out at Firing Pipe, get to trade off waves, and that's what it's all about during this event for me, getting barreled with your friends, and hopefully one of them ends up being the winning wave.
And then here's a question to Makai, being the older brother between the two of you guys. How does it feel having your dad coaching you guys from the top of the house? Does that give you any pressure, or does it give you guys confidence?
It works both ways for sure, but I trust his lineups and stuff. There's actually, when it's in the morning like this, you can't even see, so he's probably waving like crazy and we can't even see him. But yeah, it helps a lot. And it's cool surfing with my brother and my other brother, Ayala, then the two up-and-coming kids, Legend and Steve, and yeah, it's fun.
Well, obviously you guys are no stranger to pipe and stuff, so obviously does that play an advantage for you guys to be able to put yourself in the right spot and then getting those good waves?
Yeah, just like anywhere else in the world, if you put in the hours, you're gonna know things that other people don't. Like, for instance, my wave, I knew I wasn't gonna be deep enough on it, and I had to do a really nice fade off the drop, and I don't think that's a common line, and you're only gonna see people doing that line that really put in their time out here. You know, not tooting my own horn, but it's just that's the kind of advantage you have with knowing where to be and when to be there. Yeah.
Well, do you guys want to add to anything for your guys' fans, to Hui, or to everyone?
Just thank the gods that there's still waves today, and thank you to Hui and my dad and everybody. And yeah, it's a fun event. Hopefully we get more.
Okay, amazing, guys. Thank you guys to the McNamara brothers, and hopefully you guys get more waves and more barrels. And back to you guys.
Thank you, Mahina. And so cool to see the brothers getting to share some waves. And you heard Makai, his Arabrada from Wanatamana and Wanatafata, Hanai Kain Eala. And, I just wrote down a little phraseology here. A family and friends that get pitted and pounded together stays together. It's a lot of, very close, intimate moments when you're getting barreled together, as we see Moana Jones Wong just slicing through one to get the morning started, and kind of nibbling on the crust right there, not really diving into it, but getting the just the feel for the morning swell, the water movement, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Good to get one just to get warmed up.
Now, how cool is that, too, to be out there with, three brothers. I mean, one Hanai brother.
Yeah.
And he said the young up-and-comers, too.
Yeah.
Just 5 of you at perfect pipeline, beautiful morning. And so I like that. It's definitely the camaraderie and the enjoyment of surfing at this break. And that, that's what the Backdoor Shootout is about. It's providing that opportunity for folks to surf together in a setting where it's not so crowded, where it's safe and enjoyable for all of us to watch too. So we're stoked to have the opportunity for us to watch these professionals show us how to do it right. And I love that Landon was saying too, it takes time to learn the lineup. And he said, I don't want to toot my own horn, but most people wouldn't fade at a wave at pipeline and then come up with a hard bottom turn and pull up under it. I was saying the same thing about Balaram Stock on his wave, where he had the wherewithal to know to do a turn to set up for the barrel, which isn't something you would commonly see. So cool that these guys that are in this event have spent many hours, days, years mastering this wave, and so a lot of great action today.
Yeah, and with Landon's wave and with Balaram's wave, it was much more than just knifing straight into the barrel, which, all things being equal or being fair to everyone out here, that's the easy part of surfing pipeline, is you're paddling for a wave, you know exactly what the program is. You can see it setting up down the line. You got to make the drop. You got to set the rail. You got to be getting in the barrel. But then when you take off on some of these waves that aren't showing it right away, you do have to toy with it a little bit. So that is where that familiarity you talked about, and also the, that knowledge and just putting in, like a pilot has to just put in hours and hours and hours. It is, with that experience and that trial and error, sessions that will increase your knowledge exponentially each and every time. When you can start to play with pipe and find it and time it perfectly, That is a really nice feeling.
Yeah, and just having that intelligence at Pipeline takes time, as with anything, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, school, it's, of course, I mean, I work at a university, and that's the whole premise. You have homework and do studies and do all those things so that you're able to grow your intellect and your ability to learn and to grow. So we were talking earlier, Ezra and I, Rocky, one of the topics we were exploring this morning is about innovation in surfing, and we're talking about the 1980s and actually the 70s and 80s. We were talking about the 50th anniversary of the Hui Nalu.
Yep, that's what our hat says right here.
And I was talking about how some of my favorite surfers from that era, one that stands out to me, Buttons Kaluhiokalani, and just how cool that time period was, because it was also this shift from longer to shorter boards, becoming very innovative with shapes and designs and the number of fins on the bottom of your board and so forth. So I don't know. Do you have any favorites or innovations that you look to for inspiration from that time period at all?
For sure the boards, I feel like getting smaller, and I remember my first custom shape. I was just so excited, but I was really excited for like the tail grip. That tail pad.
Astro Deck.
The Astro Deck I won my first Astro Deck at the Menehune contest, and I put it on my board, and I felt such a, where you could place your foot and the feeling of, because you're constantly adjusting your back foot to get more speed. You move up a little to step on it, the tail more, and get a turn. As we see Team 96712 prepping on the beach, the Florence brothers, Nathan and Ivan, along with the Rothman brothers, Koa and Mokua, and Jose Angel Morales will be taking it to heat number 4 coming up next. So see the beach gallery starting to build up too as the day gets more beautiful. But I really like the tail pad advent. And then, of course, went through the phase of like this really heavy nose rocker.
Yes, I remember that one. Real scoop. Here we go. Ball around stack in the barrel. Can he come out right by the camera? Crew, no.
Oh, we saw that earlier shot of the gallery of cameras at Pipeline.
Right behind him, Maikai Burdine.
Oh, way too steep, deep and underneath. And not going to make it out of that one. I'm sure it was a great tunnel vision, but his board frothing in the soup right there, and Maikai is up and okay, so that's good to see. But that is always a crazy kind of pulled back shot too, when you look at these waves at Pipe and Backdoor, how close these photographers get for getting the good shots. Jake Maki, a little chattery on the takeoff, but gets a little kind of pit ride under the eaves.
Now, I was corrected by Jake Maki. Texted me the other day, said, "Brian, not from Kona, from North Kohala."
North Kohala,
so,
okay.
Kalamai, North Kohala.
Yeah, that's way up in the up near the Horn up there.
Yep, it's where Paia or Kamehameha was raised, in North Kohala.
There's the drone cam we saw earlier, shot from the water cam on board with the Hawaiian Water Patrol. So Zone Media just getting all these epic angles. It does not get much better than this, folks, with coverage of an event.
We're talking about different videos from the 80s and so forth. We'll watch a replay first. Jake Maki handling that chatter, gets under the hood, but not deep as we
yeah, he was only
like
checking the oil, bro. He wasn't going down for the loosen the gaskets way down there, but wasn't getting that deep. Talking about some auto repair under the hood, but I like his little warm-up approach. 11 minutes, 30 seconds with the clock graphic there. You see what Makai and Landon were talking about, and Makai especially looking back towards shore, all that salt spray, all that wog, the wave ocean fog.
Wog, love it.
With the sun beaming into it, it's a little bit blinding.
Yep.
And
can't Cannot see Pops.
Even on our, he said my dad was probably waving frantically, but we couldn't see him because of that combination of WOG and sunshine. And we got a little bit of the insight into that on our Peahi broadcast on Rogue TV the other day, where that morning sun comes up and it's hard to find your landmarks.
Yeah.
And same with here at Pipe, you get that kind of backlit shoreline. Everything either is kind of whited out with that salt air and the sun, or kind of silhouetted with that backlit mountain area.
Mist, the ehukai. So the red kind of ehu is the reddish hue, and the kai is the ocean spray. So you get that combination. You can see it right there.
Yeah.
That I like your WOG.
Yeah.
I heard that one before.
Yeah,
Speaking of innovation, you're so innovative.
No,
with all
I
your
can't
terms.
take credit. I got that from a viewer, a friend that was tuning in, and I was saying, because the day of the Eddy, there was so much of that, up and down the coast, and volcanic fog is VOG, and pollution and fog is smog. So I was like, there's got to be. I was like, is it Marinog, like marine fog, or is it SOG? But I got a text, wave ocean fog.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
Yeah, it's
and that's what this beach is
a
named.
phenomenon.
After that, because there's so much pounding so close to the shore that WOG mist.
So
flows.
I have a question because I guess maybe Ehukai does have a dual meaning or something, or describes two things, because there's the active when a wave is breaking, and I always thought of Ehukai when the wave is breaking and it's spraying off the top.
Oh, yes.
But then also just the setting of the fog, or like that still air. So that would also be considered Ehukai.
Right.
Okay.
So any kind of mist or spray. Introduce. I don't know how familiar you are with this app here.
Oh, okay. This AI.
Chat GPT.
Okay.
Kind of cool. I mean, it's impressive that even in Hawaiian, it can do stuff in Hawaiian pretty
It's
efficiently.
impressive, but it also scares me on the other side. It's impressively scary.
Yeah, so you're right. It's any kind of mist or spray. It can be that mist of the spray off the top of the wave. And we see it where water is detonating, like waterfalls, for example.
Okay.
We see that mist, although waterfalls are white with fresh water. It's a little different experience. But yeah, that mist or that spray that comes from the ocean.
And we've been seeing a lot of it over the last couple of weeks. It seems like, every other swell is XL size, as Maikai Burdine, gets a little loose in the juice and kicks out on that one. Was looking for and now he's going to paddle in to get back around and away from that wave. And we've seen him shredding so many different spots since he was a young Grom, and really coming into, a promising young surf career. And check it out, the outside, friends looking, and it'll be Makana Pang, the gift, dropping in, and Makana making it look easy, bro.
Easy, bro. Yeah, Makana, the gift, and he's always looked younger than he is. He's got that youthfulness about him, but he's got a lot
he'll
of
be getting carded
years.
till he's 85.
He has a lot of years here out at Pipeline. And Jake Maki's taking a look at this one. Nice line, trying to slow down in the barrel.
Come on.
A little bit of that backwash warble.
Yeah, and it does get a little pinchy on the end sometimes at Pipeline, and that one definitely pinched a long, lanky guy like Jake Maki. You got to kind of compress yourself. I know how that feels, being that build myself, and trying to get yourself small and getting compressed is quite difficult sometimes.
Love this
and,
shot here.
See the teammates
Staring,
both looking down the line, just wondering what is going to be happening on that wave and checking out the, you're always doing that when you're out at Pipe. You're just constantly head on a swivel, watching the waves go by, seeing the result, looking out the back. And Mike Kai at backdoor, going to be just a throwaway score for him. And then Makana Pang may want to keep that one. We'll see. He's got some pretty nice, decent waves from the previous 2 rounds. But I feel like today could be a day we might scrap all the other scores, as this day could produce, scores in the double digits. We haven't seen much, in the 10, 11, 12s. But this day could be shaping up to produce those kinds of scores.
Well, we saw on the first heat of the day, Ryaru Ito get an 8.38, that backdoor wave he got.
Yeah, that was really nicely done. And, for him to have the kind of that wherewithal to keep an eye on backdoor too.
Yeah.
He was really on point and got that great score.
Now, the team in the water right now, Team Volcom, the defending champs, they have a young team. But I'm curious. I wish we were kind of mic'd up out there because I wonder that dynamic, right? Because you have Moana Jones-Wong, and I don't want to refer to her as Auntie, but maybe in this lineup, the young kids would see her as sort of the Auntie in the group that, I don't know, maybe she's calling the shots like, hey, it's your turn, or it'd be fun to see the dynamic of how that works.
Well, in Hawaiian culture, what we kind of lose track of, or kind of, conveniently, let's see here. We're going to watch Jake Maki first. And not much happening there. But how much a role of authority that the Wahine would play,
Here she goes.
Speaking of, just not liking the looks of that one at the last moment. Probably a good idea. But there were so many really dynamic and powerful wahine in Hawaiian culture.
Yeah, for sure. And, gender roles in different societies function differently, especially in old Hawaii. When some of the first, Westerners came to Hawaii, they did notice that gender roles were quite different. Here we have Makana Pang pulling into this one. And what I mean by that is that women did play a pretty prominent role in society in ways that, 18th century Europeans weren't accustomed to. Although Balaram is accustomed to going backdoor. So for example, Captain Cook and his men wrote in their journals like it was unusual for them to watch women's boxing, for example, or women's surfing, and that they're very active. In fact, in one of the journals, the way they described it was said, the Hawaiian women seem pretty masculine, and I think that was probably not they didn't really articulate it.
Well, they only had their own society to compare it to,
right?
In a sense, or I guess they had traveled a lot, but that was their best available description,
right?
Hawaiian Water Patrol looking at maybe a board or pointing at something. Hopefully, it wasn't something of an injury. We'll have to wait and see. Here's Jake Maki, not going to be able to scratch into that one. As the drone pans across with a beautiful angle, seeing the dynamics of that wave there. And
I'm reluctant to use the word masculine because they were also quite still attracted to the women, of course.
Right.
You see him stumbling. There's no sand right there.
Yeah, there's all this sharp rock.
Dad passing his board.
That's a great sight. Uncle Dennis. So active in the ocean community here, making boards. There's the DP logo right there. Here's Jake Maki squeezing into one. Talk about contortions and skill and technicality. Jake Maki just passed the driving test right there, bro. Parallel parking in that bugger.
He did. He had to really work for that one. Ups and downs.
Looking at Jake, the water view right there. It's so funny, like, after you get a great wave, it's so fun to paddle that hard back out and talk about every flex and angle being tossed at Jake right there. That was well done. So, when you get a good wave and you kick out, you start paddling fast. Yeah. It's like when you're playing basketball, you make the shot. Oh, you're the first guy running back for the play defense.
Oh, that was awesome. You can see that was kind of like a rodeo ride right there.
Oh, my gosh.
When he took the drop, it kind of bucked him back a little, but then he had to correct and lean forward and get right under the lip, and then he adjusted again. So
yeah, there's going to be some moments if you freeze frame that don't look as pretty. Here's Moana.
Come on.
And not going to get much there. That wave just did not cooperate. And then Mike Kai Burdine. So it was a
split peak.
Split between Moana and Mike Kai. The double M, M&M, Team Volcom split peak right there. And right now, Mike Kai looked like a yellow M&M coming up for air with the helmet.
Right, yeah. So maybe we'll get to see what happened at backdoor. But that's kind of cool when you have, here we go. Makana Pang.
All right, going backdoor.
Wow. I mean, this is the last second of the heat, and he managed to get his second board and enough to squeeze one more wave.
That was a lot of mahalo to Hawaiian Water Patrol for that efficiency of Team Volcom. We'll have more of the Hui BackDoor Shootout when we return after these messages. Stay tuned. It'll be heat number 4 up next.
Snap 2, bring it back.
The 2025 Hui BackDoor Shootout is presented by Keiki Beach Bungalows. Special mahalos to the members of the Hui o He'enalu and these great sponsors: North Shore Club, White Claw, Hawaii Volcanic Water, Haleiwa Distillery, Saltwater Society, Na Menihuni Umi Kumaono, and Excel Haleiwa. This live broadcast is produced by Zone Media, creators of Ocean Paddler TV, Hawaiian Extreme Sports TV, and In the Zone.
Aloha, good morning. What a beautiful Aloha Friday. It is day number 3, round 3 of the Hui BackDoor Shootout, the main event, team divisions. We are in heat number 4, team 96712. It is Rocky Cannon bringing you the live action along with Dr. Isaiah Walker. And there is our setup, the Hui judges upstairs with the stoplight. Green means go. I should say that's not the stoplight, the go light. And we're next door in the big Volcom Jerry Lopez house. And this is Ivan Florence in the water with the beard getting ready for wave 1 of heat number 4. Ivan
pulls in nicely.
Oh, bruh, as I like to say, start the IV flow. He is ready.
It's like
Ivan Florence.
Pipeline Pirates out in the water right now.
Oh, yes.
Love
All he needs is a big old loop ring through his ear and a bandana.
I love how he just came out of that thing with the hands behind the back. Another kind of classic style from back in the day. And I don't know, there was a part of me that was thinking, maybe this is like, I don't know if it's like reference to being handcuffed. With your hands behind the back.
Okay.
Just showing the kind of ultimate control. If it looks like you're, cuffed behind your back, that you kind of playing it cool.
I'm still able to perform. That was a move that I enjoyed doing. There's a couple of photos I have of Pipeline. It just was like that of like, I'm so calm and relaxed in this crazy situation.
Rothman.
There's Cole Rothman sneaks into one. But, man, that wave of Ivan, even from the angle looking from this beach angle, he still has disappeared, so you know he's super deep.
Ivan's brother Nate, Nasty Nate, pulls in on that one, trying to drag and slow down. Got the GoPro in the mouth.
Yep.
These guys all have really cool YouTube channels you go check out and get to see some of the heaviest barrels from all kind of angles, inside the barrel, outside the barrel. And Nate has been, catching some heavy slabs around the world. And, of course, he's no stranger to pipeline. All the Florence brothers, Nate, Ivan, and John.
Well, it would be pretty amazing because we've had so many duos as we check out Koa Rothman just kind of getting right into the mix there. Nothing super deep.
There it is.
Ivan looking into the barrel. And then Nate dragging that elemu as we've talked about before. The okole cheek. Not
the hole.
Not the hole. The butt cheek, not the butt in the okole. The okole is the actual orifice. To move on here, but that was a nice drag by Nate to slow it down, to get in the barrel.
In Hawaii, we have I don't know if it still exists, but like this seat cover company called Wet Okole. And anytime you get a Hawaiian language speaker, like my kids, they're all Hawaiian immersion. They look at that sign on the building, Wet Okole, and they're like, ew.
Yeah.
Or the classic song, Sweet Okole.
Yeah, it should be Sweet Elemu, Wet Elemu. Just as a matter of specifics. Nate Florence.
Going backdoor.
I saw him skip off the board. He had the right idea. The double pump action, almost there. And, man, it was going to be a textbook backdoor shootout. But, unfortunately, on that second pump, the gun jammed and couldn't get the shot.
Yeah, that was insane. We'll get a replay of this one for you. Man. Takes off deep, steep and deep. Gets through that first section, almost through the second section.
And then there was even a third extension, so it was going to be tough, even if he made that second part. And Hawaiian Water Patrol swooping in for the grab, and Nate,
come on, get to it.
Going to get on there, and just in time, small whitewater. They've got it. All good. Looks like it could be Kyle Pao at the helm, but we'll get confirmation. Looks like Hale
Foster
on the back seat right there, and then just a straight and out. Not much they could do about that one. Whoever was the regular footer in this heat could have been Makua. As we saw Nathan getting picked up.
Yeah, we're talking about Ha'a's uncle, Marvin Foster. Earlier. So that would have been his great uncle.
Straight legend.
Grandpa's brother. So all the Haleiwa crew, the Foster, Ohana, and we're talking about how Marvin was one of the pioneers of going backdoor as a goofy footer.
Yeah.
And we also were referencing some of the guys who really showed us how to do it at backdoor, whereas in previous years before, the 70s, in the 70s, most guys went left at pipe, Jerry Lopez and many others. But guys like Dane Kealoha showing us how it's done, not just pulling into the barrel at backdoor, but pumping and weaving.
Yeah, movement in the barrel.
And we've seen with Nate's last wave, for example, backdoor is basically a closeout.
Right.
And you have to, the only way you can get a successful wave at backdoor if you're constantly working for it and pumping, and then oftentimes you got to sneak out the doggy door, and that's what we call it, the shootout, the backdoor shootout, because you literally have to shoot yourself out of the barrel at backdoor. And so you can see where some of the early pioneers of surfing pipeline, it didn't really even look like backdoor was an option,
right?
Because it mostly looks like a closeout.
Well, and also you got to think about once you're out of that wave, like the paddle back out is just so treacherous, so you're kind of thinking a couple steps ahead,
right?
And planning for that back in those days. But with Hawaiian Water Patrol, with good leashes these days, and boards you can actually duck dive and put underwater, have opened up that opportunity quite substantially.
Yeah, I was talking about one of my favorite films to watch when I was a kid was Wave Warriors.
Oh, brah, such a good one.
And one of my favorite segments was...
Great volume of movies by the Fletchers.
Yep, and one of my favorite segments was of Dane Kealoha at backdoor just pumping through the barrel. Another guy came a couple years later was JBG, Johnny Boy
Oh,
Gomes.
yeah.
Definitely had that pump backdoor action.
Yep.
Also was doing barrel rolls.
Yeah.
Which was sick. Look at this one. Got Cole Rothman.
Yeah, just investigating that one, checking it out, seeing where the rabbit hole may lead, which it did not lead to much. So he's going to kick out. And just a little breeze starting to touch the coconut trees as we speak. And you can see a little texture ruffled up on the outside. It is scheduled or forecasted to be our normal trade wind wind flow, the east-northeast kind of wind flow. So we're not the Kamawa'e, as we learned from Isaiah Walker. And that is our steady, regular trade wind. We did kind of tussle with some northwest, some southwest, all not good directions for the North Shore. And back to normal.
Right.
Finally. Feels good.
Yeah, so wind shouldn't be a factor for us today. In fact, the afternoon, it just increasingly gets more from the east-northeast that Pipeline likes to see. Got a look here from Ivan Florence, taking off really deep. Going to backdoor this section right here.
Oh, he's in control, looking comfortable, looking good. Continue the IV flow. And I was going to say earlier, we've seen brothers win at pipe. Oh my gosh.
Like possibly
maybe that was Jose Angel Morales.
Oh, gotcha.
Because we do have that Puerto Rican surfer joining Team 96712. And looks like that was him. And, we've seen the Ho brothers win at pipe. We've seen the Irons brothers win at pipe. Those may be the two only brotherly duos, but since we had Nathan Florence win the most recent Pipe Masters, we know his brother John's record out here. What if Ivan Florence could win an event at Pipe? And I'm telling you, he's been very close.
Very.
And here is Ivan. Wouldn't it be just amazing to have a trio of brothers have Pipe victories to bring home on the mantle? We're hoping for that one day, you guys. We really are. It's would be well earned and deserved, but just to throw another juggernaut of a wrench into just possibilities with all of our sibling, not only rivalries but sibling, camaraderie.
Right, yeah, and we've talked a lot about that, Rocky. How a lot of the surf community here in Hawaii and on the North Shore and all throughout the world, in fact, you have these families that are known as surfers.
Yeah, let's check out Team 96712, their first two rounds while we wait for more sets of live action. Let's keep it rolling. So I like how Zone Media has all these queued up, and this is from earlier. I think that was maybe day one, looking at the conditions. We're just eyeballing, but day one was that day it was rising, coming up, and then Ivan was just balls to the wall, for lack of a better explanation. Nate Florence airdropping into the abyss, charging, going for it, and
heavy,
paying some dues right there.
Cool guy, Rothman, grabbing a rail. I was talking to him after. He's like, wow, it was so hard for me to turn my neck around. Apparently he had a neck injury.
Yeah.
He feels like he may have broken one of his vertebrae, but
Cole Rothman there, looking pretty relaxed, and then Koa got a sick one. That was a keeper for sure for Team 96712 and for Koa Rothman, as we're now back to our live shot.
That was awesome. I also watched Cole Rothman's YouTube channel where he covered like the first day of the event.
Yeah,
he was just saying like it was cool to get that vantage from him. He was like, "This is some of the scariest pipeline ever."
Yeah.
Because day one and day two was heavy.
Yeah, there was a lot of double ups, a lot of backwash. Not for the faint of heart, for sure. Here's Koa once again, little stall, grabbing the wall, and easily cruising out of that one.
Out the back, grabbing rail, pulls in.
Oh, Nate Florence. Nasty Nate dog. getting some footage there with Hawaiian Water Patrol and Zone Media getting the water footage up close and personal in the pipe channel. What a great combination of jet ski driver, camera person on the back, drone shot now getting the overall scene, and you see that jet ski and camera along with the other photographers and folks in the channel that are getting those epic water shots.
Here we go, replay of Koa Rothman stalling, gets under the lip. Not super deep, but still an enjoyable ride. And here we have Nate Florence with a successful in and out.
Oh, just, that never gets old, looking in the pipe, looking into these barrels, the technique of the surfers, and all of the, extending and flexing and bending that has to be done. Some of the contortions that these surfers put their bodies into are very remarkable with a serious consequence. I mean, you do yoga in a studio, maybe, with a goat on your back or something like that I've seen before. Puppy yoga, I think, is the latest craze.
Have you ever done that with a goat?
I have not. I can barely do yoga, just by myself.
We were on the Big Island where I'm from. We went with the family for Thanksgiving.
Oh, my God. You did goat yoga.
Well, we didn't do goat yoga, but we went to a goat farm up by Akaka Falls in Honolulu.
Yeah.
Actually, I was born in Honolulu, which is anyway, beautiful place. But,
yeah.
But they had this goat place where you could go and eat goat cheese and
yeah,
kind of hipsterish vibe to it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
The
Interact
goats would
with the
climb
goats
on your back. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, there's Jose Angel Morales. His dad, a pretty good shaper and surfer out of Puerto Rico. So want to give some aloha to all of our folks in the island of Puerto Rico and around that you've made your way around. The Puerto Ricans definitely an amazing addition to have to surfing. Going back to Juan Ashton and those guys
nice.
from a long time ago.
Yep. Speaking of long time ago,
Otto Flores, yeah.
Here's a replay. Sorry.
All right, and pretty nice technique there from the young Puerto Rican.
Looking
Not much of a barrel, but yep.
So we're celebrating 50 years of the Hui O'He'enalu. Now this event, the Backdoor Shootout, is from 1996, so going on 30 years.
Right.
The Hui O'He'enalu is in the season, the surf season 75, 76, and so that winter season was 50 years ago.
Yeah,
it's crazy because I was alive.
Yeah, I was -4, but coming along right after that. I'm barely a child of the 70s.
But
October of 79.
It's pretty cool. Is a lot of these guys, they're still around.
Yeah.
Byron Amona, Terry Ahui.
Yeah.
You got David Stant.
Yeah.
Eddie Rothman, of course, and that whole crew. Buffalo Keolana, Clyde Aikau. And this brings me back to my point I made, I think, on day one.
Yeah, we got Uncle Manny down there, Beach Marshal.
It's just... how important it is to stay close to the ocean, especially if you have Pacific Islander blood in you. The salt water is your friend and helps to extend the longevity. Most of these surfers that were around, that were founders of the Hui O'He'enalu, many of them still alive, still surfing, still doing well.
Yeah, very active. Just reading with my daughter for her science class and described the health and healing properties of the salt air that we were talking about earlier. So shout out to Uluvehi and Nanea, studying hard at Hanalani School up in Mililani.
All right.
And 12 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in this Team 967-12 heat. Coming up next will be a New Earth Project. Very talented team coming up next.
Now, do we know if the bullhead goat is going to be out today?
I'm not sure. The roster has his name on there. We're talking about Kelly Slater. Speaking of goats, We were talking about goats, no doubt.
Can have him climb on your back.
Yeah. Goat yoga. That would be a funny commercial or like SNL skit. Saturday Night Live. You have like Tom Brady, Kelly Slater, Tiger Woods crawling on people's back. Whoever you can pick as the goat from each sport, Michael Jordan, and have them standing on someone's back doing goat yoga. Oh, man, you heard it free.
You heard it first.
Right here.
There you go.
At the Hui BackDoor Shootout.
Better
First and free. Oh, yes. I got too much to trademark. I'm just flinging it out there, you guys. Take it and run with it. The Easy Bra trademark, though.
Yep,
no take
that's
down.
a good no take down.
It's
all good. Yeah, I mean, if we're talking 50 years ago, what's going on, 1975.
Yeah, that was some
Hawaii.
time ago, my friend.
But, oftentimes that's referred to as the Hawaiian Renaissance. I think it was George Kanahele, I believe, that coined the term the Hawaiian Renaissance in the 1970s. Okay. But one of the hallmarks of the Hawaiian Renaissance was this preservation and revitalization of culture. Here we have some boys preserving the culture of hanging out at Pipeline here with the family.
And then they brought us downstairs, preserving the culture of herbal essence burning.
Yeah, we got the crew over here.
Yeah, checking
it out. Out the surf.
North Shore Surf Shop. A couple of different teams represented there in the scene. One of the houses on the Pipeline Promenade.
Yeah, so I'd say 50 years ago, if you take us back to Hawaii during that time, that kind of the hallmark of the Hawaiian Renaissance would be this move to preserve and revitalize culture.
Right.
For example, Hokulea, the double-hulled voyaging canoe, or Va'akaulua, was launched in 1975, the same year, 50 years ago, from Kualoa Ranch or Hakipu'u down on the east side of Oahu.
East of Oahu, yeah.
And it also, Hokulea preserved tradition of wayfinding. So wayfinding, of course, navigating with stars and waves and winds and currents and revitalizing that. And today we have several different, replica canoes that are out traveling the world. But also in that time period, we had linguists and manaleo. Manaleo is a term that means like native language speakers, where Hawaiian is your first language.
Okay.
Like that was your first language. So linguists and manaleo work to preserve and revitalize.
And mana meaning spiritual power or strength, right, and leo voice.
Right.
So that is a really, really nice combination of words to describe that.
For sure. They were working to revitalize Olelo Hawaii, which is the native language of Hawaii. Also during that time period, we had the Protect Kaho'olawe Ohana I mentioned before.
Oh, yeah.
And they were trying to preserve Kaho'olawe from this decimation of military testing and bombing.
Musician George Helm was part of that. Uncle Walter Reedy, yeah.
Uncle Walter. In fact, I was able to hear it straight from Uncle Walter recently, his version of the story, when they went out to Kaho'olawe. That was an island, one of our islands, that was being used as a test site for military bombing.
Right.
And he talked about kind of crazy where he hid out in caves and under rocks on the island to try and stop them. We got a rider up here going backdoor. Looks like Jose.
Yep. Yes, Wade. Jose.
And so that was kind of the climate of Hawaii in that time period, of just this activism, this kind of push to revitalize culture, because
kind of awareness
and awakening in many ways. At the Hui and Nalu, even though it was, I don't know if there was like a concerted effort to collaborate with such groups, but we're a product of that time period.
Yeah, it kind of, I felt like it was, because there was no cell phones, no like immediate like connection, but everybody just felt this like this mana or this energy rising, and it's so cool how you describe that. All these different places in Hawaii, we're all kind of feeling it at the same time.
Right. Yeah, kind of. And so the 75, 76 on the North Shore, the Hui Nalu is formed. You see one of the original guys right here, David Stant, although he was a young teenager at the time.
His dad, Uncle Kavika. Senior David Stant.
And
big factor in getting the Hui off the ground.
Right. And so the Hui Nalu in that time period, was part of that kind of climate. Here we have Koa Rothman looking for
just
something.
Cruising along. That guy, talk about being even-keeled. You can't tell if he's about to get pounded like he is right now and have to bail, or if he just got the wave of his life.
Right.
He kind of keeps it like real steady and stoic no matter what. I want to say mahalo to brother Dylan Portillo, getting my va'a nice and ready for a tour today. He handles, helps me out at Turtle Bay and at Cavella Bay for the Ritz-Carlton. So mahalo, Dylan. Thank you for your diligent work. Diligent Dylan. Thank you so much. Cole Rothman just looking so at ease at all times.
And sometimes our surfers will try and reposition themselves in the lineup. Maybe that's what he was aiming to do, but didn't realize there was a wave right behind that one, which for most normal human beings who are surfers, you catch a wave and you kick out and you see another one right about to blow you up. That's not a great feeling. Usually gets the blood pressure up a little.
Yeah.
The heart racing. Or if you paddle for the first wave of the set and turn around and you get all the rest of them on the head.
That is just like the most sinking feeling. It's like, the report card that comes in the mail.
Your parents got before you did.
It is imminent destruction.
Well, there was actually other surf groups at that time, too. One called Save Our Surf, with this kind of a grassroots group that came around from that time. We're looking here at Bethany Hamilton.
Yep, from the water cam, checking out the smiles and the anticipation for Team New Earth Project.
New Earth Project. She's able to surf quite a few times. Our wahine had the privilege of surfing in 2 divisions. Well, I guess that one heat we had was more of an expression session.
Yeah.
But I love that we have our wahine surfers that are able to clock in a lot of time at the backdoor shootout.
You talked about, the invite being not from Hawaii, how much of an honor. And then in a mostly men's, a mostly kane field, you have these wahine that receive these kind of nods of approval and respect, invited to compete with these teammates. So really a special honor for sure.
And well-deserved. I mean, we've seen both Moana and Bethany sending it on some of the best and the biggest and gnarliest waves. I was mentioning last year, one of my favorite waves of the entire event was Moana Jones-Wong. Unfortunately for her, it happened like seconds after the horn blew.
I think she was paddling as it blew.
So, but these women are accomplished and very brave.
Yeah, that wave was for sure going to be scored in the double digits.
We saw on day 1 and day 2, Bethany getting some of the highlights. Here we go. Letting the IV flow.
Oh, yeah. Ivan just in the zone.
Beautiful.
In the zone. And, my gosh, what a great ride. And look at the beach, appreciating that right there. Checking their phones, texting their friends, showing them, this is where I'm at, bro. I'm at Pipeline. It's January 10th, middle of the winter, and it's 80 degrees. And look at the water shot of Ivan Florence. Perfect stall with the hand. Let's go. Gets a pump. Knows where the exit point is. A little high in the corner pocket. And sinks the 8 ball.
I love that. And he had a little extra tube time at the end. It spit. And then he was able to ride kind of that end part of the bowl of the wave and was able to come out. We've seen a few almost makes this morning, but that one, he really read that one right.
Yeah, that was a perfect read. And, the Sony Open getting underway, talking about reading some greens. We're reading the blues here. And Ivan Florence just read the break, tapped it in perfectly. Nothing but the bottom of the cup.
Yeah, Ivan's got quite a lot of good waves. Even when we're watching the highlights from this team, he seems to be the one finding those gems.
And we're not quite sure yet, as it is always kind of unknown of exactly how many waves each surfer is going to keep or to score. But Ivan's already got 3 from today.
Yep.
And at least 1 from the other day. So he's got 4 pretty darn good keepers. I know that they're being really careful with the scale, not to throw out double digits just for anything, and keeping that kind of open for some of these waves we could see are just going to be mind-blowing. So we're still waiting for the the one or two mind-blowing waves where we just watch and go, how in the world? But we've been seeing some great rides already today that have already probably outnumbered the first 2 days of great rides just because of the conditions and how things have shaped up.
Yep. Yeah, I was able to talk this morning with a couple of the judges, and they seem excited. Love Hodel and Barton Lynch doing a great job up there in the tower.
Yeah, we got to say mahalo to Flynn Novak, Miles Padaka's up there, Love Hodel, Barton Lynch, all-star crew of judges, as always, here at the Hui BackDoor Shootout.
Kind of the dying minute of the heat here, and Ivan seems to have gotten some of the best scores here, but we still have some time. Hopefully we'll see one more opportunity before the end of this heat, and then we move on to New Earth Project. See this line coming in here. But it's been great celebrating again 50 years of the Hui Nalu and almost 30 years of the Backdoor Shootout. I was mentioning earlier,
yeah.
It started off actually at sunset with the expression session that they would
before
have.
that, that was my first kind of session at Big Sunset when I was like 12 years old with Dayton Segundo. And Dave Riddle, who was Dayton's guardian at that time, so we spent a lot of time surfing with Uncle Dave, and we'll get more stories of some cool stuff about the Hui, where it's come from, where it's been, and where it's at. And we come back with more action from the Hui BackDoor Shootout. Stay tuned. We will be right back. The 2025 Hui BackDoor Shootout is presented by Keiki Beach Bungalows. Special mahalos to the members of the Hui Ohe'enalu and these great sponsors: North Shore Club, White Claw, Hawaii Volcanic Water, Haleiwa Distillery, Saltwater Society, Na Menihuni Umi Kumaono, and Excel Haleiwa. This live broadcast is produced by Zone Media, creators of Ocean Paddler TV, Hawaiian Extreme Sports TV, and In the Zone.
Aloha. Good morning, Ohana. It's 10:03. Welcome back to 2025. We're shooting out into Hui BackDoor Shootout, the third surf, and now we're moving into their fourth surf, New Earth Project, out in the lineup. My name is Ezra Rodriguez. With me is legendary Rocky Cannon. Aloha, brother.
Oh, there's you see the lineup. It is Bethany Hamilton, top of the list. Koa Smith, Kaulana Apo, Luke Tima, who's had some ringers. Shaden Picaro, also getting some really nice waves under his belt. And there's a shot from the beach, looking out to the break, and now the drone bringing you in. And the berm kind of built up there for some stadium seating of later on with sharp rocks down below. Here we go, Shado. Come on. Oh, wow.
Textbook up and out, almost went for the floater. But
that was such a great barrel. We'll check out the replay of that one. Caught up with him just as he was dropping in.
What a way to start the heat.
So a great transition from our Zone Media team, getting the drone and then getting it right up to Shaden Picaro. And Zone Media brings us Island Paddler TV and a bunch of other great productions. So
like and subscribe, guys.
Make sure you go to their YouTube channel, bro.
They got everything. Hawaiian Extreme Sports, Ocean Paddler.
Oh, that's Hawaiian Extreme Sports, too. I forgot about that. That's such a good show.
Right? Such a good show. Hawaiian Extreme. And thank you to all the extreme surfers out there watching, man.
Yeah, and surfing.
Yeah.
Check it out. Shaden Picaro. Earlier, that was...
Kaulana.
That was Kaulana,
nice
the first exchange.
Steezy, Kanaka Steez. I love that downward
and
card.
And then a little dodgy pipe wave there for our backhand surfer, and then Shaden. Wave of the morning.
Oh, over the rut, like knocked in on his
You saw that one.
Shout out to some past pipe surfers. Randall Paulson tuning in, watching us. What's up? Wave of the winner. RP in the place to be. Those were some days, Rocky.
Oh, yeah.
Pipeline Posse, Wolfpack.
We shared many moments. Good, bad, and ugly as far as getting drilled and getting pounded and broken boards and broken spirits.
A lot of us have mellowed.
Lifted spirits after, talk about all emotions being on display at Pipeline. It's such a wild ride, and we're going to take you down with the guy. Hold on, we're going to hold off. We did see a top performer from the last heat of Team 96712.
Unreal.
And the Pipeline Pirate captain, IV Flow. We'll get to him in a moment.
Always flowing.
As we watch. Lukey boy.
Wow, look at his style and technique.
Wow.
He been watching and he's studying. And
that had the old school kind of move up on the nose grab rail kind of look to it.
Yeah.
I like the throwback. I like the adaptation. All
confidence,
good.
Collecting hardware too.
Yeah, so here's Luke on the replay. Go.
Boom, right off the bat. Butt in the wave, shoves the knee. Nice textbook. He's already had some good ones, even on the Unruly Sunday.
Yeah.
Some big surf for the young lad, and he went underneath the competitors and caught some really good waves. So.
Hey, we're going to take you down to the beach. Mahina standing by with Captain Ivan.
Aloha, guys. Mahina here on the beach with Ivan Florence. It seems like you're kind of getting really busy in that heat, and Koa just said that he took your wave. So tell me about that.
It was... The last few heats have just been going nonstop with waves, so luckily got to go out there, and I was in the spot for a few, so yeah, I took my chance and got some fun ones, so I'm stoked and excited for the rest of the day too.
What would it mean for you to win this event? You know that your brother Nathan did win the Vans Pipe Pro this last event, and then obviously your other brother being John. What would it mean for you to win this?
I would be honored. I've been watching the Hui BackDoor Shootout my whole life, and my brothers John competing in it, winning it, and surfing with them in it over the years. It would be everything.
And then one last question for you. So you asked me if you had anything on your face, but you had a beard. Are you channeling your inner Barton Lynch?
Yeah, I think Barton Lynch might be winning this one, but yep, the beard's growing strong.
Well, Well, it's super great, and hopefully the beer will give you more mana going into the next couple heats and stuff, so hopefully you get more barrels, and hopefully you manifest that win. But
Thank you so much.
Yeah, back to you guys.
All right, yeah. So if you guys haven't seen Barton Lynch, he's sporting the big beard. I got a little bit of shrubbery going on.
How many years?
Yes, I don't even know if it's been a year. This grows pretty fast, and I try to keep it in somewhat of kind of control. But I got some shrubbery going on. But Ivan, that is looking pretty thick, my friend.
Yeah.
And it's proven to be a signature style for you. And all the best wishes. Would be so cool. We were talking, John's won at pipe. Nathan has now won at pipe.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had a trio of brothers win at pipe.
But
so
it's
that will be
happen.
the first ever breaking all kinds of records, setting all kinds of records. So, Ivan, our well wishes are with you. Great heat you just had. Go get some rest. You're going to surf again today.
Yeah. This is New Earth Project's fourth surf. And look at their alternates. They haven't shown, but some big names. New Earth Project, team captain Peter King.
Yeah.
And Kelly Slater and Kai Lenny.
Yeah, got to give a shout-out to Kai Lenny. Had the wave of the day at Peahi a couple days ago. Sick barrel. Was towing. Was paddling.
He did it all.
Had it all going on. It was early tow sesh converted into a later morning paddle sesh. And Coconut Willie got a sick wave. And, there was some cool things happening over there on Maui, but the attention shifts back to the North Shore and Pipeline and Backdoor. And I heard you guys mention Steve Roberson. He was actually out at Peahi, too.
Yeah.
So he's making the hop.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
And then you got Mokua Kai Rothman probably trying to come back from California. They were going to do their release with Wiz Khalifa, but, due to the fires and all our Ohana in L.A., not the right time.
Yeah,
so
thoughts, prayers, and just hopes and everything that, we've heard of some loss of life, which is just crazy unfortunate, and trying to keep that to a minimum, obviously, but everybody
let's jump
hang in
on
there.
that bandwagon. And
everybody hang in there, and let's get through it.
That's one wagon to jump on, and not, think of being a follower as like, let's go help.
I will say one thing though. I really appreciate everybody who's that is their home, that's their thing that But I'm really tired. My wife and I were talking about this honestly. We're tired of hearing from the folks that we know you have 7 other homes. So just like the sob stories of like my mansion burned down. Oh my gosh! Like I feel for you, but. Let's kind of wrap that up.
Try start from zero.
But everybody else, your nest egg, your home, we definitely hearts go out. And hearts go out to everybody. But just saying, we get a little carried away with the postings and things of like, we know you got 6 other homes in other locations.
We need to see the real perspective.
But it is a serious situation. So all of our very much heartfelt things going out to
just like that
those
lady.
Folks, and talk about going through a lot. Bethany Hamilton getting back on the board after her incident many years ago now, but I remember that like it was yesterday. Back when I was still a lifeguard, we had this big poster of her support on the lifeguard station right here at Rockpile. So Bethany on such an inspirational comeback story, that is never gets can never talk about it enough.
No,
as we see
some highlights
from a New Earth Project, the first 2 rounds, and
beautiful.
That was I believe Shaden Picaro.
Yeah, another one. I really love this one. This is one of his bigger scores from the bigger day.
Yeah, and
he's got a lot of waves.
Similar styles for Shaden and Kaulana.
Agreed.
Both Goofy Foot Hawaiian surfers. And then this one just really
made it out
beautifully
in time.
Negotiated.
Cole Smith.
And Cole also battling through some injuries and some head trauma. Bethany Hamilton charging on some pipe bombs. Really getting a lot of support from the beach. see everybody in the channel raising hands there, like lifting it up for Bethany and putting herself in just the craziest
Young
spots,
junior.
you know.
Luke Tima.
And then Luke had a banner performance.
He did.
And was managed to find his way out of this frothy bowl. He can't believe it.
Straight stoked.
It's like,
yeah, that was
look,
legit.
Ma, no hands.
Yeah,
live action here.
You know, Bethany, too, the way she takes off, the way she paddles into the wave, for her to get barreled, there is no slowing down with her
See that
front
stab
arm.
maneuver there. She kind of waits and like pokes the tail of the board in to get that little extra like exert of acceleration. Such a interesting and intriguing, adaptation and technique. Of course, being forced upon her. But talk about, anyone would have said it's okay. You can hang it up. Think about something else. Me do something here or there with your brain, business, whatever. She's like, no, I'm going to keep surfing.
Big time.
I belong in the water.
She adapted to hunt down in the bottom of the flat. She takes her time. She's on a whole different cup of tea. I love it.
Yeah, so...
Never forget 2023.
Really awesome.
When we were at the Volcom Bee House, that big dark one she pulled into, that was behemoth pipe wave.
Well, and just about halfway through a new Earth project, you see the time clicking away, these 30-minute heats. So making the heats 30 minutes. We have 16 heats to get through. So, 16... times 0.5 equals 8 hours.
Shado taking a confident dig. Going back
is.
Door. Beautiful textbook backside.
Come on, yes.
Woo! We all goofy footers upstairs.
Shea
Me,
Pack.
Rocky, and Isaiah.
Shea Pack is packing it.
He did pack that one. That was legit. That's going in his score line right now for what the day is.
Yeah, just a beautiful technique. Backdoored the backdoor and then get shot out just like the namesake of this event.
Nice shape, nice speed.
Yeah.
Exited at the perfect point. Well-ridden wave with 15:38 left on the clock. Go check out CMC Productions. The boys downstairs, Chance, Oz, and Eli Kreutz putting together some amazing media.
Yeah.
I love that stuff that they do. Amazing edits. And go give us a follow at the Hui Official, at CMC Media Productions, and at Hui O'He'enalu North Shore.
Yeah, and we'll open it up, getting some messages. Some love from the Jacksonville crew. Jason Moats
nice.
and the gang.
Florida
Surf Coach Moats, mahalo for tuning in, brah. And looks like the ESA team will be out here for some action maybe in March. So
good. Welcome, you
drop
guys.
us a line. If you guys are on Instagram, it's Rocky Cannon, ROCKYCANON. And Ezra, give them your handle.
At Ezra Rod. Mahalo.
Ezra Rod. So check it out in the barrel.
Yeah.
Quick one for Kaulana Apo, the Hawaiian Goofy Foot.
Oh, and they
doing
see
it
something.
like so many have done it before.
They're going to paddle there. They see something out the back here. And shout out to Tim Braden, Water Safety, and EMT. I know you're tuning in. Mahalo. Here we go. Taking a dig. The young lad, Luke Tima. Too steep.
That was really steep.
Yeah.
If you guys got questions, you've got shout outs and things we can get to. Rocky Cannon or Ezra Rod is our Instagram, and we'll be checking that periodically. Yeah, also Moonwalker 808.
Yeah,
can
Moonwalker
tune into that too. As Luke came out of that one, do a little moonwalk.
And our Cliff
in the air.
Botello he's on duty today.
He's water safety.
Water safety.
Just
today.
power HFD at 8:00. Going straight from one gig to the next.
Boom,
Gotta
bang.
love it. North Shore, Hawaii living, bro. We get plenty bills for pay.
Yeah.
And we got
shout out to the Honolulu Fire Department, the Hawaii Fire Department, all the fire department brothers.
Well, and another somber, remembrance of the firefighter who perished a couple days ago during that McCully fire, and just all around a tough week in the fire department, fighting
Fire's becoming a bad
situation.
word like cancer.
Yeah, so just keep them in your prayers, and we'll check out more of these sets that hopefully are on the way for a New Earth project.
Right,
you know,
1252.
Right now, you know, Shaden kind of carrying the team.
Yeah.
Luke Tima's right there, too.
Right there.
Kaulana's got a couple. Koa's been charging. Bethany's been charging. We watched Luke Tima at backdoor, and Luke.
He's ticking the boxes, the Grom.
Fitting in quite well.
Yes. Super pumped. And, you know, when you're like an alternate in this event, it's amazing.
And there goes
on the
Bethany.
left. Ooh, little late.
Yeah, charging on that one. And was looking at Pipeline. She pops up right there. So back on
Watch her dip this
her
thing.
board.
Oh, it wasn't in front of her, but wow.
And so you see the her right arm working hard, and then even throwing the little fluttering kicks in there to keep it going. And, you know, we've all done that. We've all rested one arm on the board and done it with the,
Yep, or the duct tape behind your
one
back.
hand.
Yeah.
But it is so impressive how she can keep moving. And then just a little too late. Pipeline is unforgiving when it comes to steep drops.
Oh, big time.
And, also no discrimination. I mean, we all love Bethany's effort and inspiring motivation. But Pipeline, is going to do what it does.
Yeah.
And Hawaiian Water Patrol will do what they do. And a great grab of Bethany right there to get her back into the lineup. So mahalo, Hawaiian Water Patrol.
Big time.
Not enough mahalos can be said.
No.
And we've seen, just an array of large surf and swell. The Eddy happening December 22nd.
Right.
I think every one of these jet skis has been upside down and rolled over at least once or twice in the last month. Which
And then
is like,
maintained.
Which is like record setting, and they're still moving and going. And, the mechanics on those things are, getting more advanced these days.
Yeah.
But, even the other day, I think we had our camera ski overturned.
Oh, I seen that.
And, getting that back up and running has been a task. So the never-ending hard work of Hawaiian Water Patrol, always appreciated.
Everything. Oh, there's Ha'a.
And it's almost like, it's not if you're going to be bucked off the ski and underwater. It's when, if you spend enough time out there and just watching your edges, watching your lines, watching your, all the angles is very important. But just like surfing pipe, it's not if you're going to hit the reef, it's definitely when and how many times over.
Yeah, you train.
Yeah,
you train all your life, and then you get a different situation
all
of a sudden.
Yeah.
All your life, and then you get fed a different situation that you weren't accustomed to, and then it's right there.
It's kind of instant adaptation.
Yeah, it's a full-on
thinking
reflex.
on your feet. Yeah.
Think fast, stay calm, keep your heart rate down. When my friends tell me that at Jaws Peahi, I'm like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Tell me that again. You was where?
Yeah.
In a quiet place, keeping your heart rate down. Okay. But, awesome stuff. As these guys, they're going to talk story because Shado P just dropped down into a couple, and so did Luke Tima.
Yeah.
Right off the get-go when we started on Saturday, and these guys checked in at 11:30, got to be ready to surf. We went into the main event. Shado P, Bethany, and Luke Tima right out of the gate got some scores on their belt. So Koa Smith, big bombs, but not too many exits.
Yeah,
so that
not the
factors in as well. Not the make that he would, but he's not done yet.
Perfect 30 at the Pipe Masters. We
Yes.
were on a 10-point scale for waves, but 3 judges throwing scores. So he got the perfect 30 points on a pipe bomb that was just like a pipe bomb going
like
off. Here we
Harry
go,
Bryant.
Shado P.
Shado.
Like you said, bro.
On a free surf
Shea
chair.
pack.
Just around the photographers over safety green and ollie hop over safety blue. Let's go.
Kaulana.
Wow. Double grab, bottom turn into the foamy beast.
Parking it.
Yes. Kicking out.
That was a tricky exit. He really had to hunker down and survive the blast.
He went into the Kanaka crouch to
he did.
break loose.
Yeah.
Doggy doors are all around the island right now as we're getting some amazing surf and some more surf on the way. Thank you to Keiki Beach Bungalows and North Shore Club.
Yeah, it is a beautiful day to be on the North Shore, witnessing big surf all up and down the coast as we're going to check out the last of Shea Pack right there, packing at Pipe.
Beautiful.
And then we got one of Kaulana Apo coming up next, but a nice, beautiful
throwing some
carve
diamonds.
there.
Yeah. And hitting the brakes on this foamy little plunger on the inside, but making the exit, riding it great for what it is. And back out to the lineup with Team New Earth Project. New Earth Project with their team captain, Peter King. Amazing videographer, capturing our surf culture, but also a legend of our sport, professional surfer from the ASP days, along with MTV celebrity. But the New Earth Project is looking to just help the earth, you know. We got to take care, even in our surfboard business and the boxes and everything that come with our amazing equipment. We're trying to tone it down with New Earth Project. You can see Kelly Slater at some of my board storage rooms. He's all over in placards, you know what I mean? Reminding everybody, you know, let's leave a smaller human footprint on the sand, let me tell you. But yeah, 6:38 remaining. These guys already had some great rides. Still looking for Koa Smith for a dynamite, mind-boggling wave from him. And along with Kaulana Apo and Bethany Hamilton looking to get a significant ride as well in this heat.
Yeah, Shaden and Luke have been kind of trading off a little bit. And,
like if it was a regular event, they'd be making the heats.
And Kaulana's been, you know, dipping into the mix here and there, but Bethany and Koa kind of waiting for those special gems, which, you know, I like the option of those two approaches of staying busy or just waiting for the one. Here we go, check it out. Grabbing rail, Cole Smith, and showing his backhand prowess.
Yeah. Almost thought he was going to go for a little backhand sear at the end, but why do all that duck diving when no need, brah?
And live action, Luke Tima. And Luke just looking so steady and experienced as a young lad with that back foot pulled up really tight up against his body, and then you can see him move it back.
He's been watching his uncles.
Yeah, for sure.
And the guys that are ahead of him.
And when we catch the replay of that, you'll see the shifty foot movement. Impressive of Luke Tima. Here's Kaulana Apo. And a steep drop, not much on offer as far as the barrel, but gets one that will
tall slingshot.
Make him feel good.
Oh, yeah, between the fins. You just don't want to kick out all obliterated. You know, when you come from those real tall ones that push you out, no barrel. You want to make sure you engage right before you kick out. Oh, Shado P looks like he's getting in position. And here's the replays from that last one.
Yeah, the best for Koa in the heat so far.
Right.
Probably, midway up the scale. And then Luke, see that footwork.
He's getting the pipes.
Yeah.
Man. He's getting the work.
There's the last one of Kaulana.
A little bit too fast as it had a crease in it and separated out to gums. But, the sandbar is pumping, Rock.
Yeah, we got some takers. You see the little heads over there in front of the lifeguard tower, Tower 26.
Yeah.
And it's getting down to that size where the sandbars are doable and surfable right now. That even might be way over towards Ehukai. I'm not sure, but towards Pupukea. But
it is some work. There is some washout sets.
Yeah,
so
a lot of current, a lot of those rip currents. So be sure you watch yourself if you're coming down to the North Shore and taking part in any ocean activities.
Best. I love watching her set up. Boom, in the rut, up, bottom turning, but she's going to go slow because she's always looking for the lip to go over her head, so she does take her time on the takeoff, and she hunts on the bottom. That is real sketchy.
Oh, that's Kaulana.
Getting it. Yep, Kaulana.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh, nice one.
Nice exit, too, with the look back. And there's our photographer bowl. Thank you to all you guys catching gold out there.
Yeah, man. What a